playing as the speedy right wing back. Alfie Doughty provides brilliant attacking service from the left-hand side for Luton. Sambi Lokonga and Ross Barkley in central midfield. Chong, Morris and Woodrow are the attacking three. And for Manchester United, unchanged from the 2-1 win at Villa Park last Sunday as the whistle blows to get us underway. Ross Barkley gets on the ball straight away. Pitch all in shade, but the sun's still shining, and Tahith Chong is tackled immediately by Dalot. The ball is fired forward by Garnacho. Chong able to get back there for Luton. They start to build just inside the Manchester United half. Barkley's pass finds Obene. Obene to the edge of the area, gets across into the Manchester United penalty area. Casemiro heads it away. It's bouncing around on the edge of the box, and eventually Casemiro takes charge of the situation and thumps the ball downfield. Miscued back pass. Højlund is in, round Kaminsky and scores. 37 seconds on the clock, and Manchester United are given a gift at Kenilworth Road. 6 goals in his last 6 Premier League games for Rasmus Højlund. Luton 0, Manchester United 1. They won't come any easier than that.
They certainly won't, Alistair. Been presented a gift, Rasmus Højlund, the man in form, and you never doubted him. Started the game brightly, Luton, but it's just a long clearance punted forward, and Amari Bell doesn't deal with it. Ball's bouncing, doesn't get the correct purchase back to his goalkeeper, and he just plays Højlund in. Not an easy finish, so you ask any striker, this is the finish they don't like. One-on-one with a goalkeeper, time to think about it, a number of different things going through your mind, but he picks the right one, just takes it round Kaminsky and into the empty net. It's a clinical finish. Great start to the game for United.
Confidence flowing through the veins of Manchester United's young Danish striker, and he has joined an illustrious list of Manchester United players there, because there are only 3 previously in the Premier League who have scored in 6 successive Premier League appearances, and they are some great names: Cristiano Ronaldo, Ruud van Nistelrooy and Eric Cantona before Rasmus Højlund. 6 in 6 for Højlund, and we've not even got you through the Manchester United full team lineup. Luton attacking now. Tahith Chong bundling his way to the byline. He's overhit the cross, and it goes all the way out for a throw-in to Manchester United in the left-back position just beneath us. They've got Andre Onana in goal. Back 4 of Diogo Dalot, Rafael Varane, Harry Maguire starting a 3rd successive Premier League game, and Luke Shaw fit to start at left-back. Lisandro Martinez is still out injured. 18-year-old Kobbie Mainoo alongside 31-year-old Brazilian Casemiro in central midfield. And Manchester United's front 4 definitely starting to click in recent weeks. Garnacho and Rashford either side of Bruno Fernandes, with the in-form Rasmus Højlund already on the score sheet here at Kenilworth Road, and that completes the Manchester United team lineup. And worth saying as well, Danny, if Manchester United win this game after Tottenham's defeat yesterday, they go within 3 points of Tottenham.
Well, so important for them to capitalise. They would have seen, obviously, that Tottenham result yesterday, Manchester United. That would have given them added incentive going into this game, and what a start for them. First issue Amari Bell had was the clearance kind of went over the back of him, and it just bounces down, but he's still under no real pressure. He just doesn't concentrate enough on the ball back to his goalkeeper. He undercuts it, and Højlund's in, and he can do a number of things. He can go either side of the keeper, he can try and dink him, goes round him, slots it home.
Luton 0, Manchester United 1. Manchester United all in white, attacking the goal away to our left in front of the Kenilworth Road stand. Corner in from Luke Shaw. Ball's loose inside the Luton box. Casemiro trying to get on the end of something. It's hooked away only as far as Shaw. Shaw on the half volley, crosses in again. Obene heads it away. Chong with a little left-footed volley. The ball goes rolling towards the halfway line. Bruno Fernandes is back there and just calmly plays a pass to his right to Mainoo. Manchester United swing it out to Garnacho in striking green boots. Low pass, edge of the box. Rashford shot deflected, and Kaminsky does well to stick a right arm out and block it. Otherwise, that would have been 2-0.
Yeah, too much space afforded to Rashford on the edge of the 18-yard box there. Good weight on the pass across the 18-yard box, so he can just hit that first time. Takes a little nick off a Luton player. Good reaction save from Kaminsky.
Luton struggling at the moment. Danny Gabbidon with us at Kenilworth Road. Fernandes low cross, blocked at the near post, and behind it goes for another corner to Manchester United, who have started well. Given the gift by the Amari Bell mistake. Goal in the first minute for Rasmus Højlund. Our listeners on the BBC World Service got here just in time. And so Manchester United looking to make it 4 successive Premier League wins under bright blue skies. And it's the away fans, the United fans, you can hear singing loudly as Bruno Fernandes waits to take the corner. Not too much space over there for him to run to the ball. An away swinger into the near post, headed away. Garnacho lets the ball just drift over his shoulder, chases it back and plays it to Shaw. Shaw's diagonal into the box. Doughty's there to volley it away with his left foot, and Rashford just comes jogging back and lets the ball go out of play for a throw into Manchester United.
It's exactly the start Manchester United would have wanted. Quieting the crowd, calming the nerves. I'm sure Erik ten Hag would have said in the dressing room before the game, expect a fast start from Luton. Let's get through the first kind of 10-15 minutes, but you get that early goal and it just kind of stuns the Luton crowd and just calms the nerves of his players as well.
Luke Shaw moving infield. Højlund, clever layoff. Bruno Fernandes into the penalty area. Great challenge by Osho, and the ball goes behind for another Manchester United corner. But the movement and the passing there, Danny, was exemplary.
Yeah, lovely link-up play. The ball into Højlund's feet. Fernandes just spinning off him inside the 8-yard box. He gets played back in, and Osho does well in the end. He's kind of caught the wrong side. It looks like Fernandes is going to get a strike off, but shows good recovery pace to get back and make a timely challenge there.
Lots of Manchester United pressure early on. Luke Shaw takes the corner from the left. Away swinger headed away. Garnacho on the volley, took a massive deflection, and the ball spins into the bottom corner of the net, and it looks like Rasmus Højlund's claiming another one. It was Garnacho's volley that must have just struck him in the penalty area. Kaminski had no chance. 6 minutes played. Luton 0, Manchester United 2.
Oh, they look shell-shocked, Luton. It's not got going at all. Obviously, that early goal being conceded has really shocked them, and they just haven't recovered. This comes from the set piece, and they actually get the first contact, but it only goes to the edge of the box where Garnacho is. He hits it back in on the volley, and I don't think it's going on target. Højlund's kind of spinning away from that far post, and he knows nothing about this. He just kind of hits him. Well, he just tries to react, and not sure whether, I think Kaminski's kind of asking for handball there. I don't think it is. He just hits him straight on the chest and into that far corner. A little bit of luck involved in this one, but he won't mind. Højlund can't do anything wrong in a minute. What a start for United. This is 2-0 up.
Shocking start for Luton Town as well. Starting this game just 1 point above the bottom 3, 1 point above Everton. Everton at home to Crystal Palace tomorrow night in the Premier League. Updates of that game during the Monday Night Club. The Luton club captain, actually Tom Lockyer, is a guest on the Monday Night Club tomorrow night, but first and foremost he'll be watching this game, hoping his team can somehow get themselves back into it, because we've not even played 10 minutes and Manchester United already have a 2-goal lead. Højlund with both. Clearance from Mengi, the ball's loose inside the Manchester United half. Casemiro nods it to his left. Obene controls it, goes dancing in between a couple of Manchester United players. Thought he was tripped. Referee David Coote doesn't give Luton the decision. Howls of derision from the Luton fans, and Manchester United quite happy to get on the ball, play it back into their own half, and Luke Shaw calmly strokes it across to Harry Maguire, who comes back to his goalkeeper Andre Onana. Onana takes a touch, Carlton Morris closes in, Onana plays the ball up the middle of the pitch towards Højlund. Højlund's first touch runs away from him. Ross Barkley nips in, Chong in space for Luton. Garnacho's trying to get back, but Chong has moved it on wide left, and it comes back to Doughty. Doughty with a darting run down the left. Time now to try and pick a cross. High spinning ball to the back post, over the head of Obene. Rashford's there, and Rashford just thumps it clear with his left foot. Luton 0, Manchester United 2, 9 minutes played. Yeah,
just need to try and settle here, Luton Town, or this game could get away from them really quickly if it hasn't already. Could do with a bit of a passage of possession, really, just to try and kind of calm things down. But United doing a really good job of kind of pressing when they lose the ball and winning the ball back quickly.
So Luton have it again. Halfway line with Lokonga, wide to Bell, who's got to try and put the early mistake out of his mind that gifted Højlund that first goal. Back it comes to Barkley, good movement from him inside the Manchester United half. Little 1-2 with Morris, forward it goes down the inside left channel. Maguire too quick for Cauley Woodrow. Ball runs to Rashford. Rashford speeding forward for Manchester United, opening up for him, hits the shot and screws it wide, and that'll be a Luton goal kick. But as Rashford sprinted forward 50 yards from goal, orange shirts just parted, and Rashford tried to take the opportunity.
Yeah, Marcus Rashford, he picks the ball up about 10 yards inside his own half, and it's just space for him to run into, and he just keeps going. Nobody attempts to close him down until he gets to the edge of the 18-yard box, and well, you actually expect better from him. He just cuts across the strike, doesn't hit the target, but that's way too easy from a Luton perspective.
Trying to keep up with his strike partner Rasmus Højlund at the moment. Højlund with 2 goals already in the game. He's moved on to 7 Premier League goals this season. They've come in the last 6 Premier League games, 13 for the season overall. Luton attacking down the left, Doughty to Chong. He's able to turn inside the Manchester United penalty area. Back out to Doughty, he takes a touch, curls another ball in. Maguire is there, edge of the 6-yard box to power a header away for the visitors, and Bell just bumps Garnacho out of the way and lets the ball go out for a Luton throw. And the one thing with this incredibly fast start for Manchester United, it's not really enabled the Luton Town fans to get into the game and make it difficult for the Manchester United players.
Yeah, they are like the 12th man here. They really do help the players, but that early goal just really just shocked the crowd. Exactly what Manchester United wanted. They need to get something going here, Luton. They've looked disorganised, they've looked nervy at the back. There's too many gaps in that midfield area for Manchester United to exploit.
Earlier on in the Premier League, just in case you missed it, Brighton 5-0 winners at Sheffield United. Ball through the middle for Obene, gets a touch and it goes gliding through to Onana. Obene was trying to control it. It ended up being an effort on goal, and it was a comfortable save for Manchester United's keeper. Casemiro receives it from Onana towards Garnacho. He's caught by Amari Bell. Again, the Luton Town fans don't agree with the decision. Garnacho is rolling around inside his own half. Manchester United get the free kick. Danny Gabbidon.
Yeah, I do think it was a foul. Garnacho just coming off that right-hand side, ball played into his feet, and Amari Bell just follows him into that area. Garnacho gets there first, and challenge comes in, doesn't get any of the ball, Amari Bell.
Casemiro indicating there seems to be a problem with Alejandro Garnacho's right boot. He had his right foot trodden on. He was making some sort of sign to the bench, Casemiro. I wondered about a replacement right boot, but Garnacho's okay to continue. Free kick, Manchester United. 12 minutes in on 5 Live, BBC Sounds and the BBC World Service, and Casemiro's going to try his luck from 60 yards out with the free kick, and it just bounces once in the Luton penalty area, and Kaminsky makes a very easy save.
Quite sure what he was thinking there.
Wasn't even really off his line, was he?
No, he wasn't. Never on.
No. Quite sure what Casemiro was thinking there, but Manchester United already 2-0 up here at Luton. Tottenham beaten by Wolves yesterday, so a Manchester United win would take them within 3 points of Tottenham and 5 points of Aston Villa in the race for Champions League football next season. Brilliant from Mainu on the right, keeps the move going, gives it to Garnacho, low shot, straight at Kaminsky, who gets his body behind it and makes the save for Luton.
Just can't lay a glove on this United team at the minute. Luton, they are passing the ball around at a fantastic tempo, United. It's a lovely interplay there. Ball into Mainu, lovely little nutmegs on Doughty. And Garnacho finishes off the move side with a strike at goal, comfortable for Kaminsky. It would have been a fantastic goal if he went in.
Manchester United come again, ball forward from Casemiro. The Højlund layoff doesn't quite work. Bell, low pass into the feet of Chong. Chong is able to start running at Manchester United defenders. Doughty on the outside. The pass forces him a little bit wide. Chong with a touch and a turn and a shot. That's deflected. Morris with the header. Gets Luton back in the game. The flag stays down. And listen to what that means to the Luton Town fans. Deflected cross. Fell beautifully for Carlton Morris. He scored 3 in 3 in the Premier League. And it's Luton 1, Manchester United 2.
Fantastic response from Luton Town, and they have looked dangerous when they've been able to get the ball over to that far left-hand side. They've been missing Adebayo because they have been able to service the box from that side. Ball comes in from that side into the feet of Chong. He's twisting, turning, he can lay the ball off to the edge of the 18-yard box, but he tries to get a strike away. It flicks off a United defender, loops up, and Carlton Morris is really brave because Onana's coming out with that big star jump, and he just gets there first, heads the ball past him into the net. Luton back in this game.
Manchester United kick off, only leading 2-1. Back to Onana they go, long ball down the middle of the pitch. Højlund looking for a flick on it, clears him, and it ends up with Kaminsky. All sorts of goal-scoring milestones being equalled now for either club. We had Rasmus Højlund going into the history books alongside Ronaldo, Van Nistelrooy and Cantona, scoring in 6 successive Premier League appearances, while Carlton Morris 3 in 3. Last man to do that in the top flight for Luton Town, Mick Harford, who is sitting alongside Harry Styles enjoying the game at Kenilworth Road this afternoon. The ball out left towards Bruno Fernandes is overhit and goes out for a throw into Luton in the right back position. So 3 goals in the opening 15 minutes of this game. Brighton 5-0 winners at Sheffield United earlier on. That moves them to within 3 points of Manchester United. That was at the start of play. If Manchester United get this win, obviously they'll be 6 points ahead, and Rangers 2 points clear at the top of the Scottish Premiership this evening, having won 3-0 at St Johnstone earlier on today. Harry Maguire is penalised. Big roar from the Luton fans. They get the free kick wide on the right, just inside the Manchester United half. They've got themselves back into the game quickly. It's got the crowd right into this game, as you can hear. And Luton have scored plenty of goals home and away this season. Only Tottenham here at Kenilworth Road have stopped Luton scoring. Manchester United not able to do it today either. Back it comes to Kaminsky, all in bright purple. Swings a clearance out to the left-hand side. Chong can't get anywhere near that. Throw in for Manchester United in the right-back position, and they lead Luton 2-1.
Yeah, there's been 3 crosses come in from that far left-hand side, United's right, and there's Garnacho on 2 occasions just allowed Alfie Doherty to service the box, and that they've missed, obviously, the presence of Adebayo being in the box, and United were able to kind of clear those crosses fairly easy. But then a third one comes in. It's Dalot on this occasion that allows the cross to come in too early, and it goes into the feet of Chong, and he does really well. He's twisting, turning. He could lay the ball off. He gets a shot away. He get a little bit of luck with the ricochet, and it just loops up to Carlton Morris on that far post. He's really brave with the header, because he could have easily clattered there by Onana.
Cauley Woodrow's just picked up a yellow card. Manchester United had a free kick just inside their own half. Harry Maguire went to take it quickly. Woodrow didn't get out of the way. Blocked him doing that. The ball hit him. And David Coote has written Cauley Woodrow's name in the book. Maguire now does take the free kick. High lofted one away to the right. Chong underneath it. Heads it across the face of his own penalty area. Mengi steps in. His header hits Højlund. The ball runs to Dalot. Dalot spoons across miles up in the air. Rashford is going to let that bounce just inside the box. Mengi jumps over the top of him, and then Rashford, having taken a bang on the back of the head, a little bit frustrated, leaps into a challenge on Obene, fouls him. Luton get the free kick.
Yeah, wasn't happy with the challenge from Mengi, Marcus Rashford. Ball just bounces up in the air. It's a challenge between the 2 players. Mengi is more physical, maybe catches Rashford with his arm, and then he just reacts off the back of that, and he goes chasing after Obene, and no interest in trying to get the ball there. He knows exactly what he's doing, just frustration.
That's the voice of the former Welsh international, Danny Gabbidon, as Luton take their free kick. It's headed back into the Luton half, nodded out by Gabriel Osho, the middle of the 3 centre-backs for Luton. Manchester United throw just inside the Luton half on the left, right in front of the 2 managers down beneath our commentary position here, Erik ten Hag and Rob Edwards, the Luton boss, as the ball is thrown in towards Højlund. He's lost it. Barkley under pressure inside his own half. Tackle. Barkley gets it back again. Running across the Luton half from right to left. Slides the pass through. Chong against Dalot in a race for the ball. Dalot had a slight head start and got there first. Clears down the line to Garnacho. Good layoff from Garnacho. Finds Casemiro. Forward to Bruno Fernandes. Luke Shaw spies an opportunity. Great run from Shaw. Obene goes with him, so Fernandes doesn't release the pass. Then looks to find Mainu to his right. That's blocked. Maguire thumps it forward towards Mainu. He can't control it. Luton will try and counter themselves with Chong. Chong looking for options, nothing to his left. Fernandes moves in to try and win it for Manchester United. They've got it. Højlund lays it off to Garnacho. Still Garnacho. Fernandes on the right. Couldn't find him with the pass. Wide open at the moment, because here come Luton on another counter-attack down the right. Obene running past Shaw. Shaw puts his body in the way to block him. Doesn't even need to look at the referee, the Manchester United left-back, because he knows he's getting booked for that. Yeah,
really exciting passage of play there, because both teams really poor in possession, giving the ball away, and just causing transitions. Garnacho needs to do better there. Fernandez on the overlap. If he just plays him in there at the right time, he's in on goal, shooting at Kaminsky. Does too much, gives the ball away, and then Luton back down the other end, and real positive play from Obene. Knocks it past Shaw, looks to go the other side, and Shaw is cynical. Doesn't want to get into a foot race, just body checks him.
I think Luke Shaw knew very well he had absolutely no chance in the race, which is why he did what he did. So free kick for Luton. Luton 1, Manchester United 2. 20 very lively minutes at a bright sunny Kenilworth Road on this Sunday afternoon. Barkley's free kick into the edge of the box, flicked on by Osho and goes skidding off his forehead and behind for a goal kick to Manchester United. So if you are just joining us on 5 Live, BBC Sounds and the BBC World Service, Rasmus Højlund scored in the first minute and the 7th minute to put Manchester United 2-0 in front. His second goal he knew absolutely nothing about, really. It was a Garnacho volley that hit him and was deflected into the corner of the net. But Carlton Morris's header has got Luton back into the game. Dalot into the Luton penalty area now, looking for a teammate, lays it off to Bruno Fernandes. Not the best layoff. Fernandes had to make a tackle there. Chong is forced over by Mainu on the edge of the box, and David Coote says that is a foul. It is a free kick to Luton. We are going to get lots and lots of chances in this game, I think, Danny, for both teams.
It's suddenly opened up. It's gone end to end. That Luton back 3, back 5, they're the players that need to bring a bit of calm to this Luton team. So at the minute they look disorganised, they look vulnerable, a little bit all over the place. That was just a long ball forward there, a flick on, and the United players getting in behind. I think it was Bruno Fernandes. They're able to kind of scramble and get players back, and in the end draw the foul. But that back 3, back 5, they need to provide a bit more calm and organisation to the rest of the team, because when they've got the ball, and they've managed to get the ball into Chong, who's finding space in those pockets, they have looked dangerous.
Giving it away again, though. Harry Maguire onto it for Manchester United, running to his left inside the Luton half, lays it off to Luke Shaw. Shaw is forced back by Obene, and so Shaw goes back to his goalkeeper Onana. Luton continue the press. Dalot plays out to his right. Varane has to scamper quickly to get there ahead of Amari Bell under pressure, but there was a deflection off Bell there, so that will be a Manchester United throw on the right. So as I said, updates of Everton Crystal Palace in the Monday Night Club tomorrow. More Champions League commentaries on the way in midweek here on BBC Radio 5 Live. Tuesday night we're in Milan for Inter against Atletico, and then on Wednesday night John Murray will bring you commentary of Porto against Arsenal, first leg Champions League last 16 tie. Fernandes volleys the ball forward into the Luton half. No one there for Manchester United, so it rolls through to Kaminsky. Mari Bell comes towards him. Lokonga gets onto the ball for Luton, plays it to Barkley. Barkley always looking to make things happen. Plays to his right to Mengi. Nice first time pass to Morris. Caught late by Casemiro. Casemiro tells Morris to get up as Luton continue their attack down the left. Nice first touch from Doughty. Cross in to the near post. Varane is there, and he hits the ball into the clear blue sky and away for a throw-in to Luton on the left. Yeah,
really good defensive header. Good defensive positioning there. Good from Luton, switching the ball quickly from right to left. Good delivery into the box from Doughty. Lovely flick on from Barkley from the Doughty throw to find Chong. Back to Doughty. Cross comes in. Morris is up. Couldn't get enough on the header. Goes spinning off his head away to the right. Manchester United's left. Rashford in the left-back position. Calmly rolls it down the line to Shaw. Shaw's ball down the left for Bruno Fernandes to chase. Gets there ahead of Mengi. Goes for a very ambitious left-footed effort from wide on the left, and it goes behind for a goal kick to Luton. Luton 1, Manchester United 2. 24 minutes gone in the first half. Yeah, he just about did enough, Luke Shaw, on that far post. Didn't win the header, but just nudges Carlton Morris in the air and doesn't allow him to get the correct purchase on the header. Put some good balls in, Alfie Doughty from that left-hand side. He's been allowed to as well, which will slightly concern Eric Ten Hag, the amount of crosses that are coming into the box. Casemiro doing some good ball winning for Manchester United, helped out by his fellow Portuguese Dalot. United turning it into an attack on the right. Alejandro Garnacho with the bright white hair to Dalot, back to Casemiro, low ball into the edge of the box. Obene is there, one touch, left-footed clearance, bounces once in front of Woodrow. Woodrow inside his own half, chased by Varane, back to Doughty. Doughty
Plays back again. Amari Bell trying to run it out from the back. Does really well for Luton. Forward to Morris. Morris evades the challenge of Harry Maguire, and here come Luton using the pace of Obene on the right. Shaw's got to be careful, already on the yellow card. Obene gets the ball first, turns away from Shaw, just beneath us in our commentary position here. Back to Lukonga. Now Barkley. Barkley looking for the lofted ball in towards the far post. Blocked by Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes looking to use the pace of Rashford. Rashford against Mengi. Mengi beats him to it. Plays it back to Kaminsky, who takes a touch to fool Rashford and then plays it forward to Gabriel Osho. Plenty of attacking threat from both teams here at Kenilworth Road. Sunshine is now dipped beneath the roof of the main stand opposite us here. I think we're going to get a lovely sunset in a little while's time as this game continues. Here's Chong. Chong to Doughty. Doughty looking for the little scoop pass. Luton fans go up as one for a handball against Dallow. Referee agrees. Free kick for Luton.
It's been a pulsating 25 minutes, I gotta say. Luton fans heavily involved now, getting that goal back. Brilliant start for Manchester United, of course. It's been end-to-end stuff. Both teams have contributed to this.
So free kick on the left. Alfie Doughty just tying up the bootlaces. Right boot and left boot, taking his time. Alejandro Garnacho is the one Manchester United player just 10 yards from the ball, just to get in Doughty's eye line and try and put him off a little bit. All the orange shirts gathered on the edge of Manchester United's penalty area. Doughty holds his right arm in the air. Left-footed delivery into the back post. Osho wins the first header. Up in the air it goes. The ball just hits Obene. Chong's there. Lays it off to Lukonga. Threads one through. Slightly loose touch from Mengi. Had to stretch to keep possession, but did so. Now Barkley looking to conjure something up on the edge of the Manchester United box. Casemiro in front of him. Plays it to the left. Always looking for the outlet of Doughty. Doughty's cross blocked by Garnacho. Another throw-in for Luton. It's one of those, isn't it, Danny? You know what's coming, but it's still very difficult to defend at times.
It certainly is. You know, when you're servicing the box and you're clearing your lines and they're just recycling possession, Luton, and you know that ball's kind of coming back in.
27 minutes played in the first half. Manchester United leading Luton by 2-1. Osho to Mengi. This is still inside the Manchester United half. Obene comes a little bit deeper to get in on the right. Morris just tries to dink a ball for him in the 1-2. Shaw's there first. Anana's low clearance up the middle of the pitch. Hoyland lays it off to Mainu. Mainu was caught there but finds Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes might have overhit the pass with the left foot. Garnacho will keep this in play inside the Luton box, wide on the right. Takes on Bell. Bell manages to stand his ground and hold him up. Hoyland takes a little tumble inside the penalty area. Fernandes then looking for the run of Garnacho again. Lukonga is there. Luton fans booing because Hoyland went down, and Manchester United possibly thinking about making penalty claims, and in the end Luton get the free kick, I think for an offside flag that went up at some point during that move.
It's definitely not a penalty.
No.
Ball's played into the feet of Hoyland. Touch slightly gets away from him. It's one of them where he's kind of expecting the challenge to come in and he's ready to feel the contact and go over. The actual contact doesn't actually happen, but then he still goes over. So maybe he should be booked for diving.
Well, talk about it all the time. Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton have their little feature on 606, which will follow us on 5 Live tonight. The simulation game. Anyone guilty? Anyone caught by the boys? Trying to win free kicks, trying to fool referees, gets named and shamed in the simulation game on 606. Lines will be open from half-time onwards to get your calls in tonight. Sheffield United fans and Brighton fans may want their say. Brighton running out 5-0 winners after the early red card for Mason Holgate in that game today. Morris through the legs of Mainu to Chong. Lays it off to Barkley, central position 35 yards out. Chong is available again, quickly on to Doughty on the left. Dallow in with a tackle, the ball spins back to Doughty, back heels it to himself. Barkley makes himself available again, couple of clever little touches, finds Chong. Chong with the low, long flowing back hair, held back by the headband. Wide it goes to Obene. Mengi back to Lukonga, and Lukonga again, just a pass into his own half. Osho's closed down by Hoyland. Mengi on the right. Forward it goes towards Woodrow. Flag has stayed down. Maguire's caught by Woodrow. That'll be a free kick for Manchester United. And because of the proximity of our commentary position here, properly heard the howl of pain from Harry Maguire there, who was caught on the right knee and has stayed down and seems to be in a little bit of discomfort, Danny.
Yeah, he does catch him. Ball was played into the feet of Woodrow. Touch just gets away from him when Maguire anticipates, comes across and gets there first, and Woodrow just stands on the top.
Oh, Harry Maguire's given it away from the free kick. Barkley onto it, plays it to Woodrow. Chance for Luton, shot is blocked by Varane. Luton get a corner.
What is Maguire doing there? Still feeling the effects maybe of that knock. Tries to play a quick one into midfield, it gets cut out. And the ball into Woodrow, and it's just on his left foot. He's on a tightish angle. Varane does well to get across and get a block on. Really poor from Harry Maguire there.
Half an hour played. Luton 1, Manchester United 2. Harry Styles in attendance at Kenilworth Road. Hope he's enjoying the action. Hope you're enjoying it on 5 Live and the BBC World Service. Doughty, corner into the far post. Clean header for Osho. Power on it, well wide of the target. Goal kick for Manchester United. Constant threat from the set pieces for Luton.
Yeah, they're winning those first contacts, Luton. One of the better teams in the Premier League in terms of headed goals. I think it's 10, something like that, they've got this season, and that's a chance on that far post for Osho. Nobody marking him.
No.
And he just mistimes the header, doesn't he? Maybe gets up slightly too early, but he can nod that back across. He can go towards goal. He doesn't either, really, in the end.
Post-match reaction to Sheffield United Brighton on the way at half-time here on 5 Live. It'll also be in the Football Daily podcast, which you can find on the BBC Sounds app. Just download the app, search for Football Daily and click subscribe. It'll be in your inbox there every single morning. Test match special podcast, well worth a listen as well. That there for you right now after England's heavy defeat in the third test in Rajkot. Michael Vaughan and Phil Tufnell in conversation with Jonathan Agnew. India winning the third test by 434 runs. And Rugby Union Daily as well continues throughout the Six Nations as we build up to next weekend's action. Your commentary on 5 Live Saturday afternoon from Murrayfield, 4:45. Scotland against England next Saturday. Carlton Morris, Casemiro wrestling with him just inside the Luton half. Morris goes down. Free kick given to Luton. Luton 1, Manchester United 2. Slightly feared for the game after Rasmus Højlund deflected in that second goal, but Luton getting back into it so quickly. Manchester United are still a little bit vulnerable as well.
Yes, we are. We've seen that from United this season. Vulnerability in not being able to control games fully, allowing teams back in. And you have to say excellent response from Luton. You know, they are a team, they never give up today. They never know when they're beaten. So important for them to get that goal back.
Here's Dalot under a little bit of pressure from Chong. Chong in with the challenge. Dallow's giving it away. Barkley, it's a great ball to Chong on the left-hand side. 3 orange shirts in the middle. Chong trying to pick them out. Dalot slides in and the ball's deflected back to his goalkeeper, Andre Onana.
They've done some really good work, Luton Town, down Manchester United's right. They're just creating those overloads. Chong in particular, who nobody's really sure from a United point of view who should be picking him up. And they're just creating those kind of 2v1s, 3v2s. With Doughty on the outside, Chong gets to the byline, he's just looking to cut it back across the 6-yard box.
Varane, longer ball down the inside right channel, headed away by Doughty. Luton again, strong run forward from Amari Bell. Casemiro says he didn't touch it. Casemiro gets a yellow card. I saw this reaction from Casemiro last week as well. He goes for the proper theatrical sort of mock horror. What on earth are you talking about? I can't believe it, head in hands, chuckling away. We'll have a look on the replay monitor. Amari Bell was moving at speed. Casemiro tried to stop himself. Not much contact, but he is moving fast, Bell, as he goes past him.
It is a foul. And he's thankful it's a foul as well, Casemiro. So if he goes past him, Amari Bell's driving towards the 18-yard box into space. It's too easy, that is, for United. He's running straight at Casemiro, and he's no interest in tracking him, really.
No.
I'm just bringing you down.
Free kick for Luton. Alfie Doughty stands over it. Inside left channel, inside the Manchester United half. 40 yards from goal. Chipped one in towards the penalty spot. Casemiro leaps, heads it away. Obene just holds off Rashford, collects the bouncing ball, plays it to Chong. Chong with the outside of his left boot, back to Obene. Cross comes into the penalty area. Fernandez jumps, the ball spins off his head. Osho is there first, Doughty available for him on the left. Little cut back to Ross Barkley, thought about the shot. Into the penalty area though with a little dribble. Holds off Fernandez, still Barkley, dummies the shot again, then releases it. Mengi slightly miscontrols, but it runs to Chong, and the flag is up for an offside. So Manchester United will have a chance to clear their lines. They try to take the free kick quickly, they're not going to be allowed to do that. Barkley on the ball throughout this first half, he's brilliant, isn't he?
It's just glued to his foot. It's so difficult to get the ball off. Probably does a little bit too much there. He had options left, options right. He's twisting, turning. You're thinking, is he going to get a shot off? He doesn't. And then he looks to play a ball wide in it. I think it's meant for a different Luton player, but he's not able to control it. Obene. It comes off his foot to Chong when he's kind of standing in an offside position.
Could be one for the boys on 6:06 tonight about Ross Barkley and a potential England call-up for him again ahead of the Euros this summer. Højlund receives it from Casemiro. Højlund on the hat-trick, edge of the Luton box. Pass is telegraphed, easily cut out by Mengi. Morris turns it round the corner. Morris was fouled, advantage played. Obene down the right. Casemiro comes across, can't make the challenge because he's on the yellow card. Obene keeps going. Casemiro in front of him, plays it back here to Lokonga. Rashford back to win it for Manchester United, and Rashford is able to bring the ball away. Finds Højlund. Forward to Garnacho, still inside his own half. Tackled by Carlton Morris. Morris driving forward for Luton. Hits the shot, rasping effort. Just wide, goal kick for Manchester United.
Brilliant football from Luton. Really fast, blistering counter-attack. It looks like the chance is gone because United get bodies back and actually win the ball back, but they turn the ball over quickly. And it's Morris who's being confronted by Varane on the edge of that 18-yard box. Left foot, trying to fire a shot across Onana, not quite able to hit the target, but they've warmed into this game now, Luton, haven't they?
I'll tell you what, Danny, you don't want to miss a Luton home game, do you?
Certainly
Luton home games in the Premier League
entertaining stuff.
Fabulous. Onana, long clearance downfield with his right foot. Again, a big wrestling match between Højlund and Osho. Manchester United get the ball back. Casemiro's first time pass to Shaw. Luton closing them down quickly again inside their own half. Shaw back to Onana. Woodrow comes towards him. Casemiro, edge of his penalty area. First time ball, plenty of space for him to find Varane. Varane in the pink boots, trotting forward down the right. Ross Barkley closes off the avenue to pass it into. Back to Casemiro, turns. Has to come back to his goalkeeper, Onana, all in yellow. Onana strokes it out to Varane again. This time he goes for that ball down the right. Dalot controls it but can't keep it. Chong in. Chong's wild clearance is deflected, back to Dalot. Dalot does well to hold off Woodrow. Played into the feet of Mainu, does really well to keep that, the 18-year-old. And then Casemiro gives him a holler and says, I'm here. Receives the pass from Mainu, works it across to Bruno Fernandes, back to Maguire in his bright yellow boots, and Rashford going for a first-time ball, high spinning one. Had to be dealt with at the back by Osho, volleyed it away. Lokonga to Morris, Maguire's giving him a little shove in the back. The referee says free kick for Luton. Luton 1, Manchester United 2. Luton have taken their free kick quickly, and that's because they've got Alfie Doughty away down the left. Woodrow wants it in the middle. Doughty to Chong. Might fall for Chong inside the box. Tackle made by Varane, and Manchester United can bring it away. Danny Gabbidon.
Important tackle it was as well. Can't take your eyes off this game. You really can't. They take the quick free kick, Luton.
Here we go again. Obene, 25 yards out, hits the shot into the back of Luke Shaw. Where's that going? It spins to Mainu, lays it off to Casemiro. Looks for the outlet of Garnacho. Garnacho back to Casemiro. Loose touch from him. Foul from him. He caught Ross Barkley. And the Luton players immediately surround the referee and say, how about that for a second yellow card? That's what the Luton fans are baying for as well. Casemiro walks away, and I think David Cooter's already said no to that.
Well, I think that's the correct decision. Yes, he does catch Ross Barkley there. And I think Ross Barkley is just rolling around a little bit trying to get Casemiro sent off, but I do think, being on a yellow card, that doesn't mean that you can't still make fouls. He does catch him, ball comes into Barkley, and he just gets there first. He's quicker than him, he's quicker than Casemiro, gets there first. Barkley pokes it away, and then the challenge comes in. Yes, he does catch him, but I do think that is the correct decision. Maybe one more.
The other thing you're you're not meant to do, but it's a totally natural reaction. I understand why the Luton players did it. Is surround the referee, and well, that, Danny, but I was thinking also asking for players to get booked. Referee's job to make the decision, but the whole stadium went up there, and you could see why. Luton get the free kick. Doughty chips it into the box, headed towards goal by Mengi. No power. Onana grabs the bouncing ball, and we've got just over 5 minutes remaining of the first half here at Kenilworth Road. Luton 1, Manchester United 2. Steve Crossman back with you at half-time on 5 Live and the BBC Sounds app. Onana rolls the ball out to himself, clears it with his right foot. Doughty's able to bring it down inside his own half, always looking for Barkley. Barkley's there, driven diagonal. Obene will chase, won't get to that one. Onana's out and is able to collect it.
Do you think Casemiro gets away with that because the challenge comes so quickly after the yellow card? If there was a bit more time between the two challenges, do you think maybe that might have been another yellow?
Possibly, Danny. I mean, I do think it wasn't a surefire yellow anyway. I can see why the Luton fans are calling for that, but like you say, you've still got to be allowed to make challenges. He didn't get the ball, he did catch him, but he's stretching out to win a 50-50. I agree with you. I do think that's the right call. I know Luton fans listening to us will be absolutely screaming at the radio and going, what are you talking about? Shaw up towards Hoyland, scorer of both goals for Manchester United. Clever turn from him to get away from Bell, looking for the run of Mainu. Mainu can't hold off Chong. Osho plays it back to his goalkeeper Kaminsky. Had to be careful with the clearance there because Mainu was close to blocking that. Bruno Fernandes stretches to turn a ball round the corner to Shaw. Rashford down the line towards Mainu. Mainu stretches, can't control it. Here's Kaminsky again, Luton's Belgian keeper. Clears with his right foot. Lovely little flick on from Woodrow. Morris just couldn't get to that before Maguire. Fernandes to Casemiro. Casemiro's going to get booed every time he touches the ball now. And Varane in the end plays back to Onana. Woodrow chasing through to try and put pressure on Onana. Clearance downfield, headed forward by Osho. Maguire is there, nods it down to Shaw. Shaw to Rashford. Clever little volley from Rashford to try and get Shaw away down the left. Rashford alert to a scuff clearance. Rashford forward to Hoyland, looking for the run of Rashford again. It's just beyond him. Ross Barkley knocks it one side of Dalot, gets round the other. Now what can Barkley do here? Past Casemiro, finds Carlton Morris. Morris running at Maguire, past Maguire, who clumsily fouls him on the edge of the box. Another Manchester United player gets booked. They're under pressure here late in the first half, and Luton have a free kick in a wonderful position on the edge of the Manchester United penalty area.
Yeah, Erik ten Hag may as well take Casemiro off, because there's a reluctance to make challenges now, and rightly so, because he's on a booking. Brilliant play from Barkley again, picks the ball up deep, driving forward, goes past Casemiro into Morris, and then Maguire comes out, has to confront him, knocks the ball past him, and it's a cynical foul from Maguire. It's a brilliant counter-attack again from Luton Town.
Danny, you'll have been in that situation before. Centre forward bearing down on you, edge of the box. Little shoulder shake, away he goes. That was a little clumsy from Harry Maguire.
It's not where you want to be if you're Harry Maguire, because he's not the most mobile of defenders anyway, so you don't want to get into a foot race with Morris. He's had to go out there and confront him, and he knows what he's doing there. He doesn't want the ball and the man to go past him.
Well, this place is going to go nuts if this ends up in the back of the net. Free kick for Luton. Onana's lining up a 5-man wall. Manchester United have Garnacho down as the draft excluder behind it. The ball is placed about 4 or 5 yards outside the box, and it's just wide of the left-hand post as Onana looks at it from his goal line. Whistle blows, could be Barkley or Doughty with his left foot into the wall. God, that was hit hard. And it hit one of those Manchester United defenders hard as well, and the ball spins away for a throw into Luton.
Yeah, the wall does its job. I think it was Raphael Varane there. You often see players when they're in that wall, the reluctance to kind of look towards the ball. They tend to kind of turn their back, and you see goals go in where it goes through the wall, but such strong there, Varane.
Throw in towards Carlton Morris, dealt with by Manchester United for now. Dalot dribbling out of his own penalty area. Finds Rashford with a low pass to his left. Luke Shaw bombing forward. Rashford seen him, and the pass just beyond him. Right idea, and then Rashford immediately goes backpedaling into the left back position to cover for Luke Shaw. Kaminsky's bowled it out here to Mengi, the former Manchester United man. Cross to Lokonga. Lokonga's diagonal pass, inch perfect, finds Doughty. Doughty looking for the run of Chong. Chong's cross from the left in towards Woodrow, volleyed away by Varane. Chested down wide on the left by Doughty. Another cross comes in. Casemiro cushions a little header down to his midfield partner Mainu. Mainu forward to Hoyland. Oh, Mainu, clever turn. Now looking for Garnacho on the right. Finds Garnacho. Manchester United sweeping forward. Clever turn from Garnacho to Bruno Fernandes, who already knows that Marcus Rashford is on the move on the left. Here is Rashford, ball at his feet, edge of the box. Clever drag back onto the left foot. Orange shirts, a couple of them in front of him now. Now Rashford's gone down inside the penalty area, holding his face. Didn't see the challenge on him. Luton knocked the ball out of play. David Coote stops the game. Rashford had two defenders in front of him. He was trying to do a little bit of skill. Maybe an arm flicked out and caught him in the eye. Danny Gabbidon's going to have a look for us.
I'm not sure it was intentional. I think it was Lokonga. As you said, Rashford does too much inside the 18-yard box. He's got two men around him. He gets tackled and the ball just runs free. So I think it's Lokonga who's then trying to get to the ball. And Rashford's in his way, and it's just his right arm that comes out, catches Rashford in the face. I don't think it's intentional.
Into added time at the end of the first half, 4 minutes of it. 5 Live, BBC Sounds and the BBC World Service. 3 goals in the first 15 minutes of this game. Luton 1, Manchester United 2. Win for Manchester United takes them within 3 points of Tottenham in 5th. Next up for Manchester United is a home game against Fulham, and then it's Nottingham Forest away for them in the 5th round of the FA Cup. That 5th round of the FA Cup played in midweek. Commentaries here on 5 Live and Sports Extra. Games start on Monday the 26th of February, which is Coventry against Maidstone. Manchester United's game is on the Wednesday night away at Nottingham Forest, and their next Premier League game after that is the Manchester derby at the Etihad Stadium. Morris's ball into Woodrow. Woodrow! Oh, just wide. Right-footed effort, which he tried to pass into the bottom corner. Doughty it was, who hit the shot with his right foot, didn't go for power, found himself free on the edge of the box, was waiting for the ball to come down just to clip it on the half volley, and very nearly found the bottom corner.
Yeah, that's a great chance. Really should hit the target there. Really poor from United. This comes from a throw-in, I think it is. Comes into the feet of Chong. No one's tight to him. He's able to turn.
Luke Shaw's off.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw has marched himself off down the tunnel opposite our commentary position here, and just like last week, Victor Lindelof comes on to replace him at left back. Now last week Luke Shaw made it to half-time. He's not quite made it to half-time. Past fit to start this game, but he is off and Lindelof is on. Last week Lindelof had to look after Leon Bailey, a man in form for Aston Villa. Now he's up against Chidozie Obene on the right for Luton. Manchester United leading 2-1, looking for a third goal late in this first half. Garnacho to Hoyland. Sliding challenge on him from Doughty did enough to stop him. Lokonga's back there, plays it here to Bell. Bell's curling pass down the left. Woodrow under pressure from Rafael Varane. Does well to chest the ball down, puts Doughty under a bit of pressure in the left back position, but he's calm, knocks it back into his own penalty area. Kaminsky immediately gives it to the young Belgian Lokonga on loan here at Luton from Arsenal. Wide it goes to Mengi. Rashford hurtling into a challenge, makes the tackle, and that's a throw-in for Luton on the right. Really entertaining, high-paced first half at Kenilworth Road. Highlights match of the day 2 tonight, BBC 1 at 10:30. And lines open for 6:06 shortly. Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage taking the calls. Number to dial as always, 08085 909 693. Pass goes astray. Manchester United throw on the right. Danny Gabbidon.
That's exactly what we want both teams to continue doing, giving the ball away, because that's where all the excitement's come from. Both teams have looked really good on the transition, counter-attacking really well. Luton have been excellent after really poor start, going 2 goals down. The way they've kind of responded, probably been the better team since then, you'd have to say.
Free kick Manchester United, given late. Referee trying to play an advantage there. Hoyland was fouled as he was bringing the ball forward. All the big clubs have been given a rough ride at Kenilworth Road this season, but it's not really ended in points for Luton. Beat Newcastle here, yes. Thumped Brighton here, yes. Casemiro takes the free kick, floated forward, looking for the run of Dalot. Might fall for Dalot here. Luton fans scream handball. Play back to Garnacho, shots blocked. Now Manchester United players appeal for a handball against Bell, who made the block on the shot, but that was at high speed and at very close range. Mainu with a bit of skill on the right. Luton have managed to stop him. Barkley plays back into his own penalty area. Not much time left in the first half here. As the sunlight begins to fade, the floodlights shine ever brighter. Luton have won a throw wide on the left. 4 minutes of added time are up according to my stopwatch. This is going to be the last attack of this first half for Luton. Lokonga lays it off to Chong to Lokonga again. Manchester United quickly get back in numbers. Obene's making a good run into the box. Lindelof's got it covered, and the ball through bounces into the arms of Andre Onana.
That Manchester United press has just kind of dropped off as the first half has gone on. They started the game really fast, frantic, winning the ball back quickly, made it difficult for Luton. Obviously got the 2 goals, but as the half has gone on, Luton has started to control possession and find those spaces more.
Excellent game of football so far. We're halfway through it. David Coote blows the whistle. Manchester United lead Luton by 2-1. Rasmus Højlund with both of them for Manchester United in the first 7 minutes of the game. The first a gift, a mistake by Amari Bell. The second a huge deflection from the Garnacho volley. You worried for Luton at that point, but deservedly got themselves back in the game. Carlton Morris with a brave header. And as you say, Danny, as that first half has gone on, Manchester United have found themselves under real pressure in terms of trying to sort of predict the outcome of this match with 45 minutes to play. Very difficult to call.
Very even now. Great start to the game for Manchester United. Obviously, the first goal coming from a mistake from Amari Bell. Højlund took it ever so well. A man full of confidence right now. And then to get the second, I mean, these Manchester United players, they wouldn't have believed what was going on. They would have expected a much more difficult start to the game, and they get themselves into a really good position. But you have to give credit to Luton Town, the way they kind of responded. They managed to kind of get a foothold in the game. That back 3, that back 5, that looked very vulnerable early in the first half. They started to get to grips with things. I think Ross Barkley has been sensational. His ball retention, the calmness he's brought to the team has been superb. They get a bit of luck with a bit of deflection, and Carlton Morris gets them back into the game with a brave header. And then it's been even Stevens for me. You could maybe argue Luton have been the better team the back end of that first half and have had some really good chances. So what a superb first half of football, ABB. It's been brilliant to watch.
Harry Styles has picked a good game to come to this afternoon. We hope you're enjoying it on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Luton 1, Manchester United 2.
I mean, we've only got about 90 seconds, Daddy, but we could speak about that first half for a solid 10 minutes if we had the time. Firstly, we talked about Ross Barkley before the game. He has been a joy to watch.
He's sensational. The ball's just glued to his feet. So difficult to get the ball off him. He always seems to make the right decision. When to kind of run with the ball, when to kind of pop the ball off. The awareness of players kind of around him when he's being closed down, how good he is in kind of tight areas. He's just playing with so much confidence in a minute. And I spoke about, the back 3, the back 5 of Luton. They need to bring a bit of kind of calm to the Luton team because they started the game really nervous, really vulnerable. Ross Barkley's kind of been the man to calm that team down in that first half. He's been superb. He's been a real threat. Casemiro, Kobe Mainoo, they really struggled at that midfield area to contain him. Every time he gets on the ball, he's looking to make something happen for his team. And Luton can feel a little bit unlucky not to go in 2-2 at half time. The response to going 2 goals down has been absolutely superb. What a brilliant first half of football, Steve. It's been brilliant to watch.
Casemiro's basically on a yellow and a half, and there was a moment where Barkley just absolutely breezed past him and he didn't offer any kind of challenge. Has Ten Hag got a big decision to make now on him?
He might have to. Because Casemiro, he's on a yellow. He's not the most mobile of players anyway, and they've been quite open in that midfield area, Luton. You've seen Luton players getting the ball in space and being able to drive at United players and commit them, and obviously now it's very difficult for him to make challenges. He's not the type of player that's going to track runs. He's not athletic enough, so that's certainly an issue for Erik ten Hag. He's going to have to look at that, and possibly maybe Scott McTominay coming on might be the option. I'm not sure we'll see him second half because we have seen him get red cards in the past, and unless he's going to do something tactically where he switches that midfield round and protects Casemiro a little bit more, I don't know. But there has been a lot of space for Luton, in particular like Barkley and Chong, to kind of get on the ball, get turn and actually commit United defenders and midfielders. So I think the manager's going to have to look at that one, whether it's a tactical one or a substitution, Steve, I don't know.
Yeah, Luton 1, Manchester United 2. Fantastic first half commentary from Kenilworth Road. We'll be back there for the second half. Of course, we've got reaction on the way from Bramall Lane. Sheffield United bottom of the table 0, Brighton 5. Chris Wilder, we'll hear from him shortly, and Danny Welbeck as well. We'll also hear from Philippe Clement after Rangers went top of the Scottish Premiership with a 3-0 win at St Johnstone. Elsewhere in the Women's Super League, Brighton 0, Liverpool 1, Everton 2, West Ham 0, Leicester 5, Bristol City 2 and Spurs 1, Aston Villa 2, all full-time scores. Jordan Hobbs with an absolute screamer for Aston Villa in that one. So lots to come, and then we'll be back with you 6:06 on the way. 08085 909 693. Lines are open. We will speak to Chris Sutton at some point in the next few minutes after the news with Carl Hartley.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Thanks, Steve. A 42-year-old woman has been arrested on suspicion of murder after the bodies of 3 young children were found at a house in Bristol. Police were called to the address in the Sea Mills area of the city in the early hours of this morning. Officers say the woman is in police custody in hospital. Sir Keir Starmer has called for a ceasefire that lasts in Gaza. The Labour leader made the comments in a speech to the Scottish Labour Conference, which yesterday backed calls for an immediate ceasefire. Meanwhile, the Israeli government has formally rejected what it calls the unilateral recognition of Palestinian statehood. The issue was put to a cabinet vote by the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and was approved unanimously. The Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Shataya says there should be more pressure on Israel, especially from the US.
I think America can do more because very simple. You can exert every pressure by not giving aid, by not giving weapons. We haven't heard this language from Washington yet, and that is what the language that Israel understands.
The World Health Organization says the biggest hospital in southern Gaza is no longer functioning after a raid by Israeli forces. The WHO says its teams have not been allowed to enter the Nasser hospital in the city of Khan Yunis. Now, the US and British ambassadors in Moscow have laid flowers to honour Alexei Navalny, a critic and political opposition of Vladimir Putin who died in prison on Friday. His supporters say he was murdered. Evgenia Kara-Mertz's husband is in jail in Russia after being convicted of treason.
I was horrified but not surprised because the use of political assassination as a method of dealing with opponents has been there for the entire rule of Vladimir Putin.
And tonight sees the movie business coming to London for the BAFTAs. Hollywood stars are already arriving for the event at the Royal Festival Hall. Oppenheimer is leading the nominations with 13, while Barbie, Poor Things and Killers of the Flower Moon also feature nominations.
Good morning. A couple of pretty big stories to talk about today.
5 Live Breakfast. Every weekday morning from 6, wake up to the latest news.
They breached the building with an explosive.
Updates from the world of sport.
I don't ever see us out of the typewriter until it's mathematically impossible.
And of course we hear from you in My Opinion.
In my opinion.
In my opinion.
And in my opinion.
And from 4.
Thank you for being with us on Drive tonight. Let's return to that breaking news.
5 Live Drive.
Rounding up the day's news and sport.
We have an in tray as long as your arm.
The machinery of government needs a real refresh.
BBC Radio 5 Live.
The voice of the UK.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
This is 5 Live Sport with Steve Crossman.
On 5 Live. Listen on BBC Sounds.
Luton 1, Manchester United 2, second half commentary on the way. Already today, Sheffield United beaten 5-0 at home by Brighton. Third home game in a row where Chris Wilder's side have conceded 5 times. They stay bottom of the league. They're 7 points from safety. Here is Wilder.
Well, certainly from our point of view, you have a game plan, and you have to have a game plan against Brighton. I talked long and hard in the presser on Friday of being, patient and then being aggressive. And we were patient, but the aggressive part obviously overstepped the mark in the eyes of the referee and VAR. Over physical, over competitive. The game has moved on. I understand that, and it's a mistimed challenge with excessive force that has been deemed a red card. So, what I will say is that when you do go down to 10 men, and, there's not many teams in the Premier League that maybe you would have a better chance of getting a result in, but one that you don't, the odds of you getting a result, dramatically decreases when you play Brighton, of the players that they've got and how they work you and move you and fatigue you and ask questions from all over the park when you're down to 10.
What do you say to a player like that after such a tackle?
Well, no, we've talked about it. You know, he understands it as well. He's an experienced boy. He knows that his decision in that moment has just overstepped the mark, and obviously let everybody down, and in a way, just trying to get that balance right.
Just finally from me, the task of survival is surely mammoth, and I would never expect you to throw in the towel. But how do you keep lifting them again? How do you keep picking them up again?
Because that's why I'm a manager of a football club, and I've managed 1,000 games. Because you go through these periods and you go through these times, and you come out the other end, and players come out the other end. It won't kill them what's happening at the moment. They're deeply, deeply disappointed. As you can imagine, I am managing the football club, my football club, to lose 5-0 at home. You know, I'm not brushing it off. I'm not going to be jumping through hoops, as one of the quotes says. You know, it hurts, it stings, but you just got to get going, keep going. There's no time to point fingers, time to rally around each other. We've got to help each other in there now, as a football club. You know, and we will, as players and coaches, we will help each other and find a way.
That is Chris Wilder with Charlie Slater. You'll also be able to hear from Danny Welbeck on the Football Daily podcast on BBC Sounds later on this evening. Lines open for 606 08085 909 693 with Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage. Good afternoon, Chris.
Hello, Steve. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yep, good, thanks, yep.
I'm just going to read that quote again from Chris Wilder. He described the Mason Holgate red card as a mistimed challenge.
Well, he was accurate with that. I mean, it was ridiculous, wasn't it? And I've got sympathy for Chris Wilder because, you know, he would have had a game plan how to set up against Brighton. He spoke about that, but really let down today. The tackle was wild. It was over the top. I mean, Mason Holgate, he just, you know, he killed the game, didn't it? You know, and Sheffield United are, you know, already in a big enough mess that, you know, hampered at the start, before the start of the season, sold off the best players. Paul Heckingbottom ended up losing his job, but I mean, they're down, aren't they? I mean, they've got to keep going to the end of the season. But I mean, are there any Sheffield United fans out there actually who think that your team can stay up?
Do you know what, Chris? I know that obviously you'll have a better understanding of it than me. And as you know, I'm not one who's prone to hyperbole, Chris. But I think, thanks. I think that's one of the worst I've seen in a long time.
I couldn't believe it. I covered the Rangers game today, and then people were talking about the challenge, but put it on social media. I mean, that was a tackle from the 1980s. And, you know, you probably couldn't get away with that in the 1980s. But for him to do that, I mean, it was like he didn't want to be out there. That's the long and the short of it. And, you know, Chris Wilder is protecting him, you know, saying it's missed time. But he's absolutely let his club down there, hasn't he? That's ridiculous. It was game over. It was going to be tough for them anyway. Game over, you know, once he did that. And 5-0. I mean, who wants to turn up and watch their team, you know, when they are that bad? But the true fans do, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. I know what you're highlighting as well from your comments last week, which I'll be steering well away from. Right. What else is on your agenda?
Rangers, top of the Scottish Premiership. Philip Clement talking today after the game about being adaptable, and they were once again today. I mean, it isn't a brilliant Rangers team, this, Steve, but they are getting the job done. They're confident. He's made a huge impact when he came in. I think they were 7 points behind Celtic. He thinks short term is all about the next game. But Rangers, do you think you're going to hold on and win the Scottish Premiership? Are there Celtic fans out there who still think their club can win the title this season? 08085 909 693. And of course, this game, Luton, Manchester United. Who knows? Luton. I mean, if you're a Sheffield United fan or a Burnley fan, you're watching Luton play, the way that they've adapted their game. I think the longer the season has gone on, you're wondering, what's gone on with us?
That is a great point, and I can see Scott McTominay is coming on. I am going to guess for Casemiro. If it's for anybody else, I'll be absolutely stunned. Thank you, Chris. Have a good one.
Steve.
Top
Thank
man,
you.
Chris Sutton, 08085 909 693. Lines open for 606 immediately once we're done at Kenilworth Road. Elsewhere, England suffered a really heavy defeat to India on the fourth day of the third test in Rajkot. India winning by 434 runs, bowling England out for 122. So they lead the 5-test series 2-1. England's England scrum half Alex Mitchell is going to miss their Six Nations match against Scotland next Saturday because of a knee injury. Bristol scrum half Harry Randall's been called up to the squad. We've got commentary of Scotland-England 4:45 next Saturday on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. And at the World Indoor Athletics in Birmingham, gold medals for Team GB's Laura Muir in the 3,000 metres and Gemma Reekie in the 800. Looks like we're ready to go for the second half at Kenilworth Road. 6:06 on the way after that as Rob Edwards just sort of stalks his way across the pitch. We hope Ali Bruce Paul for more of the same.
Yes, absolutely, Steve. I think we've got a cracking second half in store. Double change for Manchester United. You're spot on about Casemiro. He's removed at half-time. I think one more challenge from him, even close to a yellow card, and he was gone. So Eric Ten Hag taking no chances there. But Danny Gabbidon, another change as well. Johnny Evans is coming on for Harry Maguire. Now, Maguire's on a yellow card, but he did also pick up a knock in that first half, didn't he?
Yeah, we just saw that challenge, didn't we, with Corley Woodrow, and he just got caught on the top of the foot and didn't seem too happy after, almost played the ball straight to a Luton player for another Luton goal. And whether it's that, whether it's similar to Casemiro being on the yellow card, manager doesn't want to take any chances, not too sure. But we've seen Luke Shaw go off as well. Elijah Adebayo injured in the warm-up for Luton, so players dropping like flies at the minute.
What do you think they'll do, Manchester United? Do you think Bruno Fernandes might drop a bit deeper and play where Casemiro was, and McTominay go further forward, or McTominay go? What do you reckon?
That's a very good question, because obviously McTominay, we know he likes to make those late runs into the box, and he's got a lot of goals this season kind of doing that. But
we'll have a look. We're back underway. Manchester United have kicked us off in the second half. They're in all white at Kenilworth Road this evening. They lead Luton by 2-1. Luton in the bright orange shirts, black shorts and orange socks. I'll give you the two 11s in just a second when we get a break in play. Gabriel Osho volleys a ball forward and Johnny Evans has it covered. He allows Lindelof to run in and play it back to the goalkeeper, Anana. Long clearance from him over the halfway line. Dalot jumps for it, beaten in the air. Corley Woodrow just given a little nudge by Rafael Varane. David Coote shakes his head, says no foul. So Manchester United get the throw. They've got Andre Onana in goal, Dalot at right back, Lindelof now at left back, Varane and Johnny Evans, the two centre-backs, with Harry Maguire part of the double change at half-time. McTominay's trying to win a tackle, does so, then the ball runs away from him and goes out for a throw-in to Luton. Kobbie Mainoo alongside Bruno Fernandes, Scott McTominay in midfield, Garnacho wide right, Rashford on the left, and Rasmus Højlund, the centre-forward, whose 2 goals have Manchester United in front in the game. The ball is with Luton's keeper, Thomas Kaminski. He's got time, just outside his area. Plays a pass to his right to Mengi, back to Kaminski, then he clears hurriedly. Mainoo heads it forward, stooping header from Lokonga. Carlton Morris turns it around the corner. Manchester United win it, ping a few quick passes around. Rashford to Højlund. Højlund trying to hold it up, looking to lay it off to someone. McTominay ran past him and Garnacho didn't receive the pass he wanted. Luton have cleared and Carlton Morris side foots a ball to Obene. Obene running at Lindelof. I think he's going to be encouraged to do that plenty in this second half. Luton attacking the goal away to our left in front of the Kenilworth Road stand, packed with hopeful home fans. Bell, low pass to Doughty. Doughty's cross hung up towards the far post. Anana stretches and catches with both hands.
Yeah, goalkeeping practice for Anana there. Doughty's first half crossing was much better. Just looking at, looks like he's just tweaked the shape of that midfield with McTominay coming on, where it's almost Mainoo sitting in 2/8.
Højlund's ball to Garnacho. Garnacho into the penalty area, trying to get it back onto his left foot. Looks to slide the little pass to Højlund. Højlund holds off the shot. Back to Fernandes. His shot hits McTominay. Might have been heading for the far corner, and Luton haven't cleared it just yet. The ball's bouncing inside their box. Doughty's back, has to get a right foot up high to hook the ball away. Mainoo is onto it. Back to Varane, under pressure from Tahith Chong, and Varane scrapes it back to his goalkeeper, Anana. Kaminski in goal for Luton. Mengi, Osho and Amari Bell, the 3 centre-backs. Obene and Doughty, the wing-backs. Lokonga and Barkley in central midfield. Long ball down the middle. Oh, Dallow's made a great run. Kaminski is able to dive on the ball at Dallow's feet. Dallow had made a run all the way from the halfway and right to left across the field, was trying to take it round the goalkeeper. His second touch let him down. Danny Gabbidon.
Yeah, he's come from that right-hand side and he's ended up getting on the ball left-hand side of the 18-yard box. It's almost like a wide receiver run. in the NFL. It's probably not the man you want in that position, facing the keeper up, a defender.
Game very open again at the start of the second half. Chong gets away down the left, good cross into the box. Johnny Evans heads it away, clever ball from Barkley, shot from the edge of the box. He's comfortably saved by Onana, and straight at him from the left boot of Woodrow. But Luton causing Manchester United problems again. Tahith Chong, Carlton Morris and Cauley Woodrow complete the Luton lineup. We are 4 minutes into the second half. Great noise inside Kenilworth Road, as it has been all season. Luton fans now complaining that Onana's wasting time. He gives it one of those sidewinder volleys downfield onto the chest of Hoyland. He can't keep it. Here's Mengi. Mengi's longer curling ball downfield. Woodrow nods it down. Who's going to get there first, Morris or Mainu? Ball spins away to the right. Woodrow's there. He's offside though. Free kick, Manchester United. I think you can probably tell the Luton fans don't agree with the assistant referee.
He's not happy. Woodrow. Carlton Morris over there as well, remonstrating with the linesman. They just look to pick a second ball up in that midfield area. It's a challenge between Morris and Mainu. It's just who it kind of comes off.
Yeah.
It comes off Mainu and into Woodrow, on who they are judged to be offside then.
Yeah, that's the point the Luton fans were making, that it was Mainu who inadvertently played the pass to Woodrow, who was in the offside position, but it came from an opposition player. Great turn from Dallow, low pass from him, hits the heels of McTominay. The ball falls to Hoyland just outside the Luton area. Fernandez looking for the 1-2 with Garnacho. Gets away from him, then a clearance from Mengi hits Fernandez. The ball spins up in the air and Kaminsky catches it. Luton 1, Manchester United 2. Lines already open for 6:06 tonight. Get your calls in. Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage want to hear from you. 08085 909 693. Johnny Evans clambering over the back of Carlton Morris, falls on top of him as he wins the header. Free kick for Luton. Lokonga takes that quickly because he's seen Doughty wide on the left, and Doughty's able to chest the ball down and bring it forward slowly for Luton. Looking for Barkley. Barkley gives it to Bell. Down the left to Chong. Doughty had made a run infield. He's gone back out to the left, forward to Woodrow, finds Bell with the return pass, and Evans had to be quick there to nip in for Manchester United. Clear with his right foot. Osho, difficult one to deal with the bouncing ball. Has he fouled Hoyland? Hoyland's on the floor. Manchester United trying to counter. I thought the ball hit the referee there. Manchester United continue to play. Johnny Evans calms things down, and eventually they come back to the goalkeeper, non-stop again.
It certainly is. I'm going to have to start using less words to describe these attacks, but by the time I get halfway through, there's already been another one. It's that kind of game. It's end to end.
Luton have it just short of the halfway line. Morris comes to collect, looks to feed Obene down the right. Obene will get to that. Cut back in. Chong with the header over the bar. Difficult to get power and placement on it. He was under pressure as he leapt for the header, but another chance created. The offside flag actually was up. It wouldn't have counted. So Manchester United will restart the game with a free kick.
Yeah, just in time his run. Obene gets in down our right hand side, just hangs a lovely ball up for Chong to attack, and it was Dallow who just leans in and does enough to make it difficult for Chong. But just looking at that, mentioning that Man United midfield, it's more of, it's Main who's sitting now, and McTominay and Fernandez are just playing and kind of advance to him. So it's more of a 2 and a 1 in the first half. Now it's a 1 and a 2. I'm just wondering if Eric Ten Hag's looking at it and thinking, I need to get a bit more pressure on Ross Barkley and Lokonga, get players closer to them to stop them from obviously dictating play.
Onana thumps the ball downfield with his right foot from the free kick. Rashford plays back to Lindelof just inside the Luton half. Hopeful ball intercepted by Barkley. Again, players all around him. Barkley not bothered. Glides between them, chips the ball forward. Obene can't get there. Johnny Evans plays it back to Onana. Onana gives it back to Evans. The 36-year-old now in the left-back position for Manchester United. Clears. Downfield, Mengi almost lost that. Ball infield to Lokonga. Just gets there first ahead of McTominay. Wide to Morris. Here's Barkley. Difficult one for him to control, but of course he does so. Clips it with his left foot. Slices that slightly behind Doughty, who had to return a few paces to go and collect it. Forward to Chong, who's been a real handful as well for Manchester United to try and cope with the added motivation of playing against his former club. Chong out to Doughty on the left. Garnacho slips over, gets a big cheer from the Luton fans. Cross into the Manchester United box, headed away. Barkley's there first. Barkley just toes the ball back to Bell. Bell across to Osho. Hoyland goes chasing across the halfway line. And Osho plays back to his goalkeeper Kaminsky, who is midway inside the Luton half. Lokonga knew Bruno Fernandes was coming, waited for him to arrive, turns away from him, drives into the heart of the Manchester United half. Plays to his right and finds Woodrow. Woodrow makes ground up to the edge of the United penalty area. Lokonga side foots it to the right. Obene's cross. Evans sticks out a right boot, blocks it. Rashford is there first for the clearance. Whacks it away with his left foot. Hoyland's there all on his own. Does well. Osho right behind him. Hoyland holds it up. Now can he find the pass? Strong challenge by Osho. The ball runs to Barkley. Chong takes it off Barkley, but finds Doughty. Doughty on the left. Cross comes in right across the face of goal. No one for Luton could get a touch, and it goes out for a throw-in to Manchester United on the left. It's not the biggest stadium in the Premier League, but when it gets going, it is some noise.
Well, he just holds on to the ball too long there, Hoyland, and he gets robbed of it, and then Luton are on the counter-attack. The ball's almost too good. And Doughty whips the ball into that kind of corridor of uncertainty, and Johnny Evans does a good job of just getting kind of goal side of Woodrow, doesn't allow him to get his head on that.
Luton 1, Manchester United 2. 10 minutes gone in the second half. 6:06 on the way on 5 Live tonight after this. Chong, edge of the area, hits a shot. That took a deflection off Dallow's heels. That will be a corner. Luton fans applaud wildly. I need to apologise to Bolton fans as well. One of their numbers got in touch at half-time to remind me. I said that Tottenham were the only team to stop Luton scoring at Kenilworth Road this season. In the Premier League, that is. Bolton managed to do it in the FA Cup. So absolutely, I've been corrected. Bolton and Tottenham, the only teams to stop Luton scoring at Kenilworth Road this season. Luton looking for another here to get themselves back to 2-2. Corner from the right for Doughty. Doughty curls it in, dangerous ball, headed up away to the edge of the box. Obene just lobs a header up into the air. Another header goes up in the air. Morris leaps, volleyed away by Varane. That clearance has gone even higher. Lokonga's underneath it. The ball just won't come down. Flicked on by Mengi. Trying to hold on to it is Woodrow. Woodrow does well. Lays it off to Obene. Gets his head up. Doughty still lurking wide on the right for Luton. Obene still has the ball at his feet. Then Doughty makes the run. Takes on Bruno Fernandes. Just nudges him off the ball, does Doughty. Plays back to Obene. And Obene's got 3 white Manchester United shirts in front of him as he plays back to Ross Barkley. Barkley's teasing Hoyland. Back to Lokonga. Lokonga makes a forward run from right to left. Bell on his left, just level with the edge of the Manchester United penalty area. Looking for the 1-2 with Chong. Finds Bell. There's the cutback. Not enough on it. Manchester United have cleared it for now. Only as far as Chong. Chong takes on Garnacho. Beats Garnacho. Nearly held him back. Cross comes in. Ball's loose inside the box. Hoyland is there and lays it off to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes under pressure here. Osho breathing down his neck. Fernandes plays the 1-2 with Evans, and Manchester United have worked that out quite brilliantly. And here they come with Hoyland. Sweeping move down the field to Rashford. Rashford cutting in from the right-hand side. Garnacho on the outside. Rashford goes it alone. Great save from Kaminsky. Low to his left. Wasn't heading right for the corner that, but it had real power on it from Rashford, and Kaminsky did well to keep it out.
Yeah, opportunities for both teams again on the transition. Initially Luton, now you get the ball back, they play through the Luton pressure, get it out to this right-hand side, and Rashford cutting inside, really good strike on his left foot. Kaminsky diving low to his left.
Here's Bell playing back to his goalkeeper Kaminsky. Jackets come off now for the Luton boss, Rob Edwards. You can probably hear him on our microphones hollering instructions to his Luton players. Dallow plays it to Mainu. Woodrow doesn't make a challenge. He was worried about committing the foul. Manchester United with McTominay. Tries to take it past Doughty. Holds off the challenge of Doughty. Rolls it to Hoyland. Has Rashford to his left. Rashford inside the Luton area again. Works space. Back to Fernandes. Scuffs the shot. That's blocked. Obene heads it up in the air. Lindelof nods it forward. And Mengi gives it a good old-fashioned heave-ho onto the roof of the main stand. 3 bounces, but it won't quite clear it. Eventually it's going to come down back into the back garden that is Kenilworth Road, and Manchester United will get the throw.
Yeah, a bit of old-school defending there. Mengi don't mind that at all, because his team were caught a bit expansive there and just managed to get bodies back, and he got himself into a good position to be able to clear that.
Throw in for Manchester United. Luton fans again complaining that United are delaying the restart of the game. They've taken the throw. It's come back here to Evans eventually. On to Garnacho. Edge of the box. Good run from Dallow. Dallow hits the shot. That's well blocked by Bell. Garnacho beats Chong to it. Clever little step over. Corley Woodrow, though, wins it for Luton. Inside his own half to Bell. Bell, left back position, takes it round Garnacho. Tight space for him. Knocks it into the right foot of Dallow. It comes back to Bell. Here's Barkley. Again has time. Manchester United stand off him, actually. Maybe not wise. Lokonga. Barkley's made a little run forward, right in the middle of the pitch. He might open this up to the right for Luton. Really entertaining game of football. Obene moving at speed. Double step over into the Manchester United box. Lindelof really carefully concentrating on watching that ball. Back it comes to Barkley's going to hit the drive with his left foot, slices it badly, and that's a goal kick for Manchester United. They still lead Luton by 2-1.
Yeah, can't blame him for that. He's been sensational. Ross Barkley starts that attack off, tries to finish it. It's amazing watching the evolution of this Luton team from the start of the season. Start of the season, it was very much limited possession, sit deeper, hit teams on the counter-attack, but the last few weeks now, they're high pressing, they're controlling possession better, and still hitting teams on the counter-attack as well.
Loose ball from Dallow. Woodrow onto it inside the Manchester United half. Across to Morris, just outside the box. Morris runs at Evans. Well-timed tackle from Johnny Evans. Fernandes forward to Hoyland. Hoyland does well to roll his man. Garnacho through to Fernandes. Kaminski's outside the box. Fernandes round him, must score. What a block! Incredible sliding challenge by Lokonga. And Fernandes can't believe it. He hoops the ball away in frustration. He was round Kaminski. The goal was gaping, but Lokonga threw himself in the way and keeps Luton in the game.
What a challenge. Brilliant all round really from Lokonga, because he tracks the run. Fernandes gets him behind Kaminski. Well, he gets himself in no man's land. He can't put his hands on that. Fernandes goes round him, but brilliant tracking the run initially from Lokonga and then sliding in to stop a certain goal.
Half an hour remaining in the game. Luton 1, Manchester United 2. Bringing it to you on 5 Live in the BBC World Service. McTominay dribbling down the right, tackled by Amari Bell. Manchester United get the throw. Bruno Fernandes has been without a Premier League goal for a while. He's still chuntering away. Can't believe that was blocked. Not scored in his last 11 Premier League games since the late winner against Fulham. McTominay scored plenty. He gets the ball back to Fernandes. Finds Dallow. Dallow's layoff to Mainu. Mainu surrounded by orange shirts. Flicks it back to Dallow. Fernandes in a crossing position. Whips a dangerous ball in. Has to be headed behind by Mengi for a Manchester United corner.
It's a good ball in. Deep to that far post from Fernandes, and he's asking almost why Rashford isn't coming and attacking that. It's just on the periphery of things on that far post. Rashford, no real interest in going up against Mengi and trying to challenge for that.
Luton fans still complaining to the referee David Coote, all giving it the old Sir Alex Ferguson impression, looking at the watch and tapping it and going, what's going on here? Manchester United are slowing things down. We're into the last half hour of the game. Riveting stuff. Luton 1, Manchester United 2. Corner for Manchester United, which Bruno Fernandes will take. Driven low, edge of the box. Garnacho takes a touch, right-footed drive straight at Kaminski. Weak shot. Well worked by Manchester United. Garnacho just couldn't apply the finish.
Yeah, well, after he actually has his first touch, the chance becomes slightly more difficult because there's people closing him down. I just thought he might try and hit that straight away. It's the old one drill to the edge of the 18-yard box, which Paul Scholes used to love back in the day. He definitely would have hit that first time.
He would have done, and it probably would have ended up in the back of the... Yeah, exactly. Fernandes looking for Rashford, cleared by Luton into the Manchester United half. Varane side foots a volley to Evans, under pressure from Woodrow. Here's Lindelof. Pass from him. Back to Varane, middle of the Manchester United half. Varane forward to Fernandes. First time ball over the top looking for Hoyland. Volleyed away by Osho. That runs to Barkley. Fernandes right behind him. Tugs Barkley to the ground. Free kick for Luton. Doughty's taking it quickly. Chong's on the move, bringing the ball infield. Chong's pass intercepted by Mainu. Garnacho forward to Fernandes. Little 1-2 with Dallow as well. And then Dallow calmly rolls it across to Johnny Evans. Evans is chased by Carlton Morris. Lindelof receives it from Evans. Side foots it back to Onana. Onana casually brings it to the edge of his penalty area. Right-footed ball downfield. Amari Bell heads it away. Fernandes reads it. Fernandes starts to run forward with the ball at his feet. Bobbling pass to McTominay. Garnacho's got his hand up down beneath us in space on the right. Manchester United have the ball with Mainu. Mainu's seen Garnacho here. Floats it onto his chest. Dallow makes the run on the outside. Garnacho takes it inside himself to Mainu, back to Fernandez, edge of the D, rolls it to Hoyland. Fernandez did well to control the return pass. Garnacho now on the turn, edge of the box, curling effort over the bar, off balance. Well worked by Manchester United, but it will be a goal kick for Luton.
Yeah, worked the space really well, Garnacho. Ball played into his feet, twists, turns, goes back inside onto his left foot, and you can see what he's trying to do. He's just trying to curl that to Kaminski's right, trying to find that far corner, and not able to get the required direction on the shot. He almost scooped the shot, didn't get enough power on it.
Tell you what, forget Harry Styles, they've just picked up David Pleat, who's watching the game here at Kenilworth Road, our friend, former colleague, BBC Radio 5 Live, and led Luton to some of their very best days. I remember watching his team back in the 80s, who were such a force in the top division. A couple of FA Cup semi-finals for them as well. Here's Barkley on the ball for this current Luton side in their bright orange shirts, attacking the goal away to our left, trailing Manchester United by 2-1. Barkley cross to Mengi gets it straight back from Woodrow, 40 yards from the Manchester United goal. Might run to Chong on the edge of the box. Doughty's making the run. Chong didn't see him, deflected shot, headed away by Evans. Barkley does so well to bring that ball under control. Chong finds Doughty trying to go round the outside, cross blocked by Dallow, corner for Luton.
Yeah, he just plays in a totally different type of pace, Ross Barkley. You know, when it's all frantic for certain players, he just makes it look so calm, like he's always got time, even when his players tighten around him.
Jordan Clark, Andros Townsend stripped off and ready to go. Rob Edwards about to make a double change. Deep in conversation with Andros Townsend right at the moment. 25 minutes to play in the game. Doughty takes the corner. High one to the far post, headed away, falls to Obene. Lindelof closes the space down. Obene's curler easily saved by Onana. Onana holds on to it for now, then slings it out, sidearm to Hoyland. Hoyland immediately up to full speed, charging forward, lays it off to Garnacho. Garnacho inside the Luton half, sees Rashford in space. Rashford chests it down in the inside left channel. Lindelof made the run on the outside. Rashford used him as a decoy, played it back to Evans. Manchester United still leading this game by 2-1. 6:06 follows on 5 Live. Lines are open. Number to dial is 08085 909 693. Sunset has gone, dark night sky above us at Kenilworth Road, and Manchester United just taking the sting out of the game for now. They've come back to goalkeeper Onana. Clearance from him away to the left. Rashford leapt early, didn't time that well. Luton have it with Lokonga running down the right, support on the outside from Obene. Cross comes in, deflected header from Evans. Woodrow cushions a little nod down, looking for Barkley, edge of the box. Rashford, chance to get Garnacho away. Garnacho all on his own, inside the Luton half, one-on-one with Kaminski. Round Kaminski, got half attached to the ball. Still Garnacho, round him again. Shots blocked by Amari Bell. Manchester United can't find a third. Cross comes in, and Bruno Fernandes stood stationary on the penalty spot, just throws a right arm in frustration and says, how haven't we scored there?
Yeah, just shaking his head, and rightly so. What is Garnacho doing there? Just does too much, can't make his mind up and go round the keeper. He doesn't quite get in around him. Kaminski gets a hand on it. He can still then shoot, elects to kind of cut back inside. By that point, there's Luton players back, and he just hits the shot into a Luton player. 1v1 with the keeper. Keeper does well. Chops back across the keeper. By that point, there's 2 Luton players back, and I think it's Amari Bell that gets a block on it.
Andros Townsend, Jordan Clark come on. To Heath Chong and Corley Woodrow, the players that they replace midway through the second half. 5 Live and BBC Sound, 6:06 on the way. You're also listening to us on the BBC World Service this afternoon. Luton 1, Manchester United 2.
I think you can understand those changes from Rob Edwards. My worry for Luton is if this game continues to be as open as it is, you probably would fancy, with the quality that United have, to probably go and get the third goal and really kind of kill the game off. And actually, they really should have done that.
We're going to make it 4 Premier League wins in a row. Manchester United to take them to within 3 points of Tottenham in 5th and 5 points of Aston Villa in 4th. Here's Kaminski. Kaminski actually got a crucial touch when Garnacho tried to go round him the first time, which just slowed Garnacho up. I think Had he not got that touch, Garnacho might have been able to finish it, but both Fernandes and Garnacho have had great chances to get Manchester United a third. Bell plays it to Morris, edge of the Manchester United box. White shirts panicking, clustering around the ball. Morris looking for a floated cross to the far post. That's blocked at close range. Morris now. Bell is still forward. Townsend lays it off. Such a tight space there, but look who's on the ball, taking control for Luton. Barkley finds time and space to Mengi. Forward here to Andros Townsend. Townsend scampering to the corner of the Manchester United penalty area. Lokonga plays it to his right to Obene. Obene's got Rashford and Lindelof in front of him. Moves away from them, plays back to Lokonga, and Luton have had to come all the way back to the halfway line, but they've still got the ball, and they are still well in this game. Luton 1, Manchester United 2. Lokonga to Doughty. Doughty's pass into Barkley. Barkley, quick feet, gets him round Mainu. Stumbles does Barkley. Ball runs to Lokonga. Curling ball. Lindelof's there. Heads it away. Rashford nods it back down to Lindelof. Inside his own penalty area. Rolls it to Onana. Risky touch from Onana. He's got time. Fires the ball up the middle of the pitch. Bruno Fernandes controls. Wide it goes to Garnacho. Back to Fernandes. And Manchester United, as Danny Gabbidon was just saying, are going to be so dangerous on the counter now with this 2-1 lead. Rashford takes on Townsend. What an awful challenge from Andros Townsend. Just panicked. Hacks him down. Free kick Manchester United. Yellow card Andros Townsend.
A good feat from Rashford. Just skipping inside of Andros Townsend. Yeah, that was my worry a little bit. You know, they put a lot of work into this game, Luton, to try and get back into it, and it has been end to end. Just as those energy levels drop and it opens up a little bit more, and the quality that United have, you think that they would maybe take one of these chances. Haven't really taken advantage of that makeshift back four second half, Luton, have they? Obviously Lindelof at left back, we haven't really seen Obene too much on the ball running at him. Johnny Evans alongside Varane.
Right, what's Bruno Fernandes got up his bright white sleeve for Manchester United? Free kick's about 25 yards out from the left. Fernandes pauses, waits for the whistle. Short blast on that. Here he comes, Fernandes. Going to hit a dipper, which is punched away by Kaminsky at his near post. Tried to catch him out. The ball bounces in front of Mainu. He's not the tallest, but he leaps and the ball falls at his feet. It's still Mainu dribbling forward, evading challenges. Falls to Rashford, advantage played. Rashford speeding into the box. Orange shirts all around him, keeps it for Manchester United. Now Garnacho gets it back from Rashford. Running away from Morris. Back heel from Mainu. Garnacho shot, blocked by Lokonga. Corner for Manchester United.
Yeah, looked like he was going to find the far corner. Garnacho. Lokonga comes across and he almost does the work of his goalkeeper for him there. Really important blocks. He just opened up for Garnacho and he's just looking to bend it into that far corner.
Into the last 20 minutes of the game. Standing ovation for Bruno Fernandes from the Manchester United fans, tucked in under that low corrugated iron roof of the Oak Road stand away to our right. I can see all the phones are up taking the pictures of the Manchester United skipper Bruno Fernandes in his bright green boots with this corner curling away from goal beyond Varane, falls to the feet of Andros Townsend, clipped by Varane. Free kick for Luton inside their own penalty area. They've got to now chase this game 1 point above the bottom three, with Everton at home to Crystal Palace tomorrow night. Updates of that game during the Monday Night Club. Luton's club captain Tom Lockyer, the guest of Mark Chapman and the team tomorrow night. Here's Townsend for Luton, played back to Lokonga. Lokonga's pass comes bobbling back to the feet of Osho. All the Manchester United players behind the ball inside their own half, defending the 2-1 lead. First league visit here for Manchester United since April 1992, which was in the old Division 1 before the Premier League had even come into existence. Mick Harford scoring for Luton in a 1-1 draw. Doughty in space on the left for Luton. Curling ball to the far post, not good enough, and that will run away harmlessly for a goal kick to Manchester United.
You do feel he will get one on the money at some point. Doughty's had a lot of space on that left-hand side, a lot of time and opportunity to get balls into the box. He has put some good delivery in, he just hasn't quite been able to pick anybody out.
Just looking at that picture of Rob Edwards, I think he would have been 9 years old back in April 1992 when Manchester United were last here in the league. Just 41 years old, as I found out in 5 Live's Fact of the Day feature on Friday from Tony Livesey. Celebrates his birthday on Christmas Day. does the Luton manager, Rob Edwards. Bruno Fernandes, first time ball, away to the right. Varane, flicked on by Højlund. Dalot will chase, but he won't get there. Doughty's got the run covered. Kaminsky on the ball, the Luton keeper, just outside his own penalty area. And Barkley plays back to Lokonga. That's a foul on Andros Townsend. Johnny Evans through the back of him, trying to win the ball for Manchester United on the halfway line into the last 20 minutes of the game. Still could go anyway. Luton 1, Manchester United 2. Here's Obene, a little bit more urgency about Luton now. Townsend adding an attacking threat on the right. Ball back with Lokonga inside his own half. Manchester United fans, you can hear, away to our right in that Oak Road end. Obene lays it off to Mengi. Mengi at walking pace. Osho to his left, just inside the Manchester United half. Højlund with his muddied white shirt tries to make a tackle. Osho runs away from him. Obene into the feet of Osho, over on that right wing for Luton at the moment. Manchester United win it back. Johnny Evans, steady pass forward to Mainu. Mainu plays it back to Varane. He's inside his own area. Across to Dalot. Luton are closing in. Dalot clears down the right. It's over the head of Garnacho. Højlund, as ever, the willing runner, comes chasing. Ball is won by Amari Bell, and Bell starts to bring it forward. Little pass to his right-hand side. Jordan Clark, fresh legs, running past Mainu. Mainu went for a grab with the left arm, got his ball with the right foot, but it's a yellow card for Mainu for the foul, and I think it's the drag back, Danny, rather than the challenge with the foot.
Yeah, he dives in, Mainu, and then I think in the end he gets the ball, but I think he catches the man first, dives in with that right foot and looks to kind of hook the ball back towards himself. Just catches kind of the man first, yeah. Doesn't really get any of the ball, no complaints.
So, set piece for Manchester United to defend. Carlton Morris just having a little chat to Ross Barkley and Alfie Doughty before he trots off to take up a position inside the Manchester United penalty area. A few of the orange shirts lurking just outside the box. Osho in the middle with Morris. Certainly missing Elijah Adebayo for this kind of situation. Ruled out during the warm-up for today's game, which is why Cauley Woodrow started today. Luton 1, Manchester United 2, 6:06 on the way, and Alfie Doughty, white number 45 on the back of his orange Luton shirt, taking a couple of deep breaths. Here he comes with his left foot, chips it in towards the far post, headed away, edge of the box. Andros Townsend leaps, just volleys a little pass to Obene. Obene's cross comes in from the right, just over the head of Morris. Forced to Osho, driven shot. Oh, it's blocked on the ground by Bruno Fernandes. He knew nothing about it. It took a couple of deflections on the way through, but the one that hit Fernandes took all the sting off it, and it rolls gently into the arms of Onana.
Yeah, they do really well, Luton, recycling possession. It's just a ball floated back in across that 6-yard box. I think Morris is the one who initially goes for it, and it just drops down to Osho. Good first touch, and he's looking to swivel and shoot, and it just clips off Fernandes, takes all the sting out of the shot.
Clearance downfield from Onana, immediately volleyed back into the Manchester United half. Varane lays it back here to Onana inside the 6-yard box. Got to be careful now. Mainu's there, making himself available, edge of the box, tracked by Barkley. Mainu lays it back to Onana. That's another one for 6:06 tonight, actually, suggested by our producer George Cummins. In terms of that sort of Ross Barkley England shout, probably Mainu plays in a similar position for Manchester United, of course, at the other end of the age scale and experience scale, but the job he's doing for Manchester United this season, worthy of consideration too. Free kick for Luton, they take it quickly. Barkley plays it to the left, little switch ball looking for Doughty, doesn't come off. Manchester United with Højlund. Now Rashford sprints onto it on the right. Garnacho running beyond the Luton defenders into the box. Here's the cutback, looking for Højlund. One touch from Højlund. Oh, the shot hits Kaminsky. That was for the hat-trick, and the Luton keeper came out quickly and blocked it with his chest. Garnacho coming back from the byline makes a tackle, and the throw-in goes Luton's way.
Yeah, looks disappointed, Højlund, but credit to the goalkeeper Kaminsky there, because he stays big. Point back range, makes a really important save for his team.
End-to-end stuff at the moment. Lokonga plays to Obene. Luton on the front foot again. Cross comes in, no one at the far post. And Onana can just watch that drift across the Manchester United penalty area and go out for a goal kick. Danny Gabbidon.
Not really been enough end product from Luton, has there, in the second half? They haven't played badly, but with all the changes United had to kind of make at half-time, with a makeshift kind of back four, you'd have to say he probably controlled Luton better second half. Onana hasn't had too much to do.
Manchester United take their goal kick short. David Coote just made the point, pointing at his watch. He's aware that Manchester United were trying to run the game down there, so Manchester United got on with it. Here's Mainu, back to Evans. Andros Townsend comes speeding in. Evans towards Mainu. Dallow's ball up the channel to Højlund. Højlund across to Rashford. Rashford on the halfway line, wide on the right for Manchester United. Little 1-2 with Dallow. Dallow's knocked to the floor. Free kick for the visitors, and my stopwatch tells me 11 minutes plus added time remaining. Varane floats the free kick forward, falls to McTominay. Surely not again for Manchester United. Foul from McTominay. He's clambered over the back of Lokonga. He's actually caught him accidentally on the back of the head as well, so we're going to get a slight stoppage in play.
He does well to get back in the end. It's a free kick. Varane straight over the top. Luton holding that high line, and McTominay looks initially like he's in, but he does well. He gets back goal side and then just draws the foul.
Did you see the stat, Danny, about the Scott McTominay goals for Manchester United? So his 7 Premier League goals this season have been worth 12 points to Manchester. He is
big game player.
Yeah, exactly.
He's done it for club and country, hasn't he? Scott McTominay, it's no fluke.
Yeah, we'll be watching him this summer in the colours of Scotland. They're involved in the opening game, of course, in June in Munich against the host Germany. 5 Live will be there. Kaminski taking a risk. Højlund was right on top of him. Little drag back from Kaminski, gets Luton moving forward again. Jordan Clark, one of the Luton subs, plays down the left, and the offside flag up against Alfie Doughty, which is a frustration for Luton. So Manchester United get a free kick. Luton have got to breathe deep and summon up a big last 10 minutes here, trailing Manchester United 2-1.
It's an interesting one with McTominay. So I always thought him obviously as more of a defensive kind of midfielder, so to kind of make that transition where you're kind of getting on the end of things and scoring goals and learning how to, you know, the timing of getting into the box and getting on the end of things.
Ball drops halfway line. Lindelof, not a good challenge on Mengi. Referee says play on for now. Mengi's okay, picks himself up. Ball at the feet of Andros Townsend, dribbling forward. Lokonga in space, 25 yards out, lines up the shot. Good power, but it's over the bar. Onana saw that from a long way off, and that goes behind for the goal kick. By the way, just talking Germany, George has just passed me a note. Bayern Munich currently losing 2-1 away to Bochum. Harry Kane is playing in the game. If it stays like this, Bayern will be 8 points behind Leverkusen in the title race. 60 minutes gone, but the game's been interrupted because of fan protest there for a second time. Another change being made by Luton. Doughty off. Luke Berry comes on. Luton 1, Manchester United 2. 6:06 on the way. 08085 909 693, and Champions League commentaries on the way on 5 Live in midweek. Tuesday night we're in Milan for Inter against Atletico, and Wednesday night Arsenal's Champions League campaign continues. First tie of their last 16, first leg of their last 16 tie, away to Porto. Full commentary on 5 Live as ever available on the BBC Sounds app if you're on the move and you want to listen to the football. Luton on the move again. Here's Obene. Obene's got Lindelof in front of him, turns away from Lindelof. Lindelof can't deal with him, tries to give him a shove. Obene's cross comes in, and Onana leaps and claims it on the edge of the 6-yard box. Now Rashford on his bike, fast. Onana clears downfield. Bell's got it covered. Sticks the left boot out and blocks the ball. Højlund reacts for Manchester United, plays it back to Kobbie Mainoo into the last 10 minutes of the game. Manchester United still leading 2-1. Still got a feeling there's going to be a chance or two here, Dan.
Yeah, you do. I think Manchester United will be desperate for the third goal to really put that dagger in the hearts of Luton. It's going to be a nervy final few minutes for United if they don't.
Luton played some risky stuff there, from Kaminski to Mengi in the left-back position, right along the byline. They've done brilliantly to work that out to the right.
Wouldn't have seen that start of the season. You just wouldn't.
No, all credit to Rob Edwards and his team. And Luton attacking down the right with Andros Townsend. Lindelof backpedaling. Townsend switches it back onto his left foot. In supports Obene. Controls the ball with the studs of his right boot. Townsend whips the cross into the near post. Johnny Evans is there to head it away. Højlund and Osho battling forward. Osho just sticks a right leg up, gets a foot on the ball, wins it back for Luton. Mengi precision pass finds Andros Townsend. Townsend up to the edge of the area, back onto that deadly left foot, wants to hit the shot, takes a big deflection, and away it goes for another corner to Luton, they believe.
Yeah, maybe should have been better served there, just feeding the ball wide to Obene, cuts back inside Townsend, as we know he likes to do. Wasn't quite the right angle to hit the shot as he wanted to.
Corner for Luton. Alfie Doughty's not on the field anymore. Luke Berry, the substitute, will go over to take it. Sofiane Amrabat waiting to come on for Manchester United to try and assert a little bit of control late in the game. Delivery from Berry into the far post. Evans leaps well, glances ahead of backwards. Carlton Morris first to it for Luton, wide on the right. Plays back here to Obene. Garnacho's in front of him. Obene, corner of the Manchester United box. Luton reorganising themselves. Morris is cross into the area, headed away by Bruno Fernandes. Falls to the feet of Garnacho. Garnacho running forward. Bell in front of him, crosses the halfway line. Support on the right from Rashford. Couldn't find Rashford. And Lokonga is able to get onto this for Luton. Little step over from him. Garnacho still battling for it. Lokonga too quick and too clever to Townsend. Townsend's got support on the right from Obene if he wants him. He sees him. Rolls the pass into the feet of Obene. Lindelof backpedaling again. Obene on the left foot. Fierce shot right across the face of goal. Goal kick for Manchester United.
Team there, Garnacho, because I thought he could have played Rashford in there and he would have been in on goal. And he just hogs the ball too long. Has one touch too many. Gets tackled. Luton right back down the other end. Obene with the strike, cutting inside on his left foot, but not able to hit the target.
So first change for Manchester United. Rasmus Højlund, scorer of both goals, and as we were saying earlier in the commentary, joining an illustrious list of Premier League greats for Manchester United, scoring in 6 successive Premier League appearances, joining the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Ruud van Nistelrooy and Eric Cantona. And it could well be that both goals from Højlund will win Manchester United the 3 points and make it 4 consecutive Premier League wins. So Amrabat comes on in central midfield. We've got a Manchester United goal kick, 5 minutes plus added time remaining, with 6:06 on the way. Anana's ball downfield. McTominay's up, wins the header, falls to the feet of Amari Bell. Bruno Fernandes closing him down inside the Luton half. Bell plays back to Kaminski. Brilliant chances for both Bruno Fernandes and Alejandro Garnacho to win this game for Manchester United by scoring that third goal. Not been able to take them. Is it going to cost them? Bell up to the edge of the Manchester United box. Oh, sliding it through for Morris, who potentially thought he was offside because he just let that ball run past him.
He looked on from here.
Bit of skill from Rashford on the right. Flicks it through the legs of Barkley. Knocked over by Osho. Wins an important free kick for Manchester United. And I saw Rashford just doing a bit of lip reading there, saying, what about the first one? I got one in the thigh there from Ross Barkley as he went running past him.
That's a good foul from Osho in the end. Does really well to wriggle out of this, Rashford. He does that with a cheeky nutmegs on Ross Barkley, and he has to bring him down there, Osho. Otherwise he's driving inside in towards that 18-yard box, takes the yellow card.
Dramatic end to the game here at Kenilworth Road. Still just a goal in it. Luton 1, Manchester United 2. Free kick for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes right beneath the commentary position here. Looks to his left, gets ready to curl the free kick in. High it goes, away to the far side towards the Luton penalty area. And Rafael Varane penalised for climbing all over the back of Osho. So Luton have a chance to clear their lines with the free kick. They'll want to do more than that because we're in the 88th minute of the game. Manchester United fans trying to sing their team to victory, pushing for a place in the top 4 come the end of this season. Win today and they're just 3 points behind Tottenham. Could be the chance here to seal it. Bruno Fernandes, just wide. Ball given away by Luton. Fernandes pounced onto it, drove the shot across the face of goal, and it saves the outside of the post.
Nice inches, he really is. He just reads that pass from Kaminski inside the 18-yard box, and you fancy him all day long. It's not too far away, is it? Inches away from that far post, and that really would have been the icing on the cake. Would have killed Luton off.
Luton trying to play out again. It's the way they're going to go. Kaminski involved. Ball at his feet inside the box. This time he decides to go longer down the middle of the pitch to Morris. Chests it down here to Townsend. Amrabat trying to hold him up. Townsend gets the better of him. Dances past Mainu. Plays it out to Obene. Obene gets the cross into the penalty area. Evans heads it away. It bounces in front of Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford. Fernandes says leave it. Rashford does so. Then Rashford plays in Garnacho on the right. Run being made through the middle by Johnny Evans in the centre forward role. Cross can't find him. Back to Kaminski. Kaminski side puts a pass out. Obene under pressure from Johnny Evans there, still chasing way up the pitch, and now Luton having to get inside their own box.
That's superb from Luton here to get out of that situation with United press, and
Jordan
well, not quite out of it yet.
No, I was going to say Jordan Clark almost ran back into trouble there. Eventually, from his own box, he plays a pass to the right and finds Lokonga. Luton come looking for the equaliser again. 89th minute at Kenilworth Road. Fabulous atmosphere, fabulous game of football it's been so far. Clark's ball into the edge of the penalty area, laid off by Berry. Townsend couldn't control it. Lindelof chases for Manchester United. Townsend doesn't want to make a challenge. Lindelof's clearance is blocked by Obene on the right. Little layoff comes from Clark. Work back to Barkley, edge of the box. Drag back from him. Trying to get away from Amrabat. Osho plays it to his left to Amari Bell. Bell tries to beat Dalot on the outside. Cross comes in. Dalot blocks. That's a corner for Luton.
They've been good, United, particularly second half. They've controlled Luton really well defensively, even with all the changes Eric Ten Hag's had to make at half-time. It hasn't affected them. It's actually improved them. Little tweak in that midfield area, but they just don't go away, Luton. They keep coming at you.
How many minutes of added time are we going to get here? We're just about a tick over beyond the 90. Board is going up any second as the corner comes into the near post. Headed away, not a great header. Obene takes a touch. Amrabat out quickly to make the challenge. Bumps into Obene. Just 4 minutes of added time. Luton fans very unhappy with that. But Manchester United just 4 minutes away from a fourth successive Premier League win. Luton take their throw in quickly. Townsend gets the ball back in the end to Amari Bell. Bell to his right. Gets the ball back again from Mengi. And here's Ross Barkley. Barkley's got to try and make the magic happen late in added time here. Whole wall of white shirts in front of him. Runs away from Rashford. Rashford gives up on that. Barkley, though, can't see a way through. Slides the pass to the left. Forward it goes from Lokonga. Jordan Clark on the turn. Amrabat is there. Just bumps him out of his stride, and then Amrabat makes another challenge, gets a foot on the ball. Another Luton corner.
Understanding with the Cruyff turn. I think we all thought he was laying that back for a cross to come in. Jordan Clark, and he just tries to fool Amrabat, and Cruyff back inside the 18-yard box. Almost got past him.
3 minutes of added time remaining. Corner for Luton. In it comes from the left. Deep one to the far post. Headed away by Varane. Obene will get there first for Luton. Takes on Mainu for speed on the outside. Dalot in with the challenge. Last touch came off Dalot. Another Luton corner, pressure building.
Elijah Adebayo must be so frustrated watching this, because there's been so many crosses going into that 18-yard box. I don't know what the stat is, but they've had to deal with a lot of crosses, Manchester United, and I think he would have got on the end of one or two of them. There's been some good delivery in it.
Luke Berry is going to take this corner from the right. In it comes, good delivery, headed away by Johnny Evans. Chasing the ball is Bruno Fernandes, leaps in the air, prods it forward to Garnacho. Kaminski's got to get back to his line quickly. Manchester United on the counter trying to kill the game. Ball through to Rashford, flicks it onto Garnacho. Angles tight, shots deflected, and Manchester United have won themselves a corner at the other end of the ground. With 2 minutes of this game to play, they lead Luton 2-1.
So many opportunities on the counter-attack to kill this game off, Manchester United. It's just been that final bit of decision-making, the final pass. A Luton player with a really important block, last-ditch challenge. Goalkeeper making saves. Just not being able to finish Luton off in this second half, United.
Luton 1, Manchester United 2. One very quick plug I forgot to give, talking Ross Barkley's performance today. The Planet Premier League podcast on the BBC Sounds app. Cesc Fabregas talking about Barkley this week. Fernandes' shot into the near post was hopefully easily saved by Kaminski. Yeah, Planet Premier League pod. Mark Chapman, Cesc Fabregas, Neda Manua. Cesc Fabregas spoke in glowing terms, having played with Ross Barkley at Chelsea. So that is well worth a listen for you. Can Luton find themselves a late equaliser? Clark just trying to nick a little ball through into the Manchester United penalty area. Here is that man Barkley on the turn. Good ball from him to Abene. Luton fans on their feet behind that goal. Cross deflected. Another Luton corner. Last minute of added time. Luton 1. Manchester United 2. Throwing everything at it, Luton here, but still behind.
Yeah, but you have to say United defended ever so well second half. Particularly with the crosses coming into the box. There's been a white shirt there more often than not. We need to continue that.
Manchester United fans singing, but surely nervy away to our right. Corner comes in. Header, Joy glances the top of the bar. Ross Barkley, who else? Leaping at the near post. Fabulous delivery from Berry. Got up, glanced the header beyond Onana, who was stretching. It's hit the top of the bar and bounced to safety.
Brilliant effort, because it's a difficult chance, and he gets the matchup he wants up against Marcus Rashford, who doesn't nowhere near enough. And he's just looking to glance it onto that far post, which he does. Just clips off the top of the bar and over.
Singing gets louder and more joyous away to our right. My stopwatch tells me 4 minutes of added time are up. We're still playing here at Kenilworth Road. It looks like Hoyland's 2 goals could win this for Manchester United. Last chance possibly for Luton. Brilliant chest control from Jordan Clark on the left, bringing the ball forward into the Manchester United box. Driven shot, blocked at the near post by Evans. Onana was diving to his left. Could easily have been deflected past him. Obene, loose touch edge of the box. Amrabat clears it, and Manchester United get their 4th successive Premier League win to close within 3 points of Tottenham. But just like all the big names that have come here this season, they were given a real run for their money. Luton are beaten by 2 goals to 1 by Manchester United. Rasmus Højlund getting both of those early. Carlton Morris getting Luton back into it in the first half. They just couldn't quite force that equaliser late in the game, although Manchester United, Danny Gabbidon, did have some chances to get themselves a more comfortable cushion in the second half. They couldn't take them, but this excellent recent run continues.
And that is the key, getting the 3 points when you come here. Manchester, they knew it was going to be difficult. They knew Luton were going to throw everything at them. It's about finding a way and getting the 3 points and continuing that momentum, Alistair, as you said, and that's what they've done. Yes, second half, they had a lot of opportunities to make it more comfortable, but they weren't able to get that 3rd goal. Just the poor decision-making at times, whether it was Garnacho, Rashford, Fernandes, and they kept Luton in the game. I've got to say, what a performance from Luton again. What a great team to watch. Really poor start to the game, conceding 2 goals. Adebayo injured in the warm-up. Difficult for them, difficult start, but the way they responded, performances of Ross Barkley, Lokonga in that midfield area, superb. It was too much for them in the end. They give themselves too much to do, really, after that poor start.
So much to talk about from this game on 6:06 tonight, which will follow shortly. Looking at that Premier League table, back-to-back home defeats for Luton leave them precariously perched, just 1 point above the bottom 3. Everton in that bottom 3, a point behind them, at home to Crystal Palace tomorrow. And Manchester United move menacingly, just 3 points behind Tottenham in the race for Champions League football. It's finished here at Kenilworth Road. Luton 1, Manchester United 2.
08085 909 693. Get your calls in now. 6:06 will be on the way in just a moment. Danny Gabbidon, I know we've spoken about Luton giving big clubs, big teams a real run for their money and ending up with no points. Well, that's happened again today. But the way they play, the belief they generate, still has to have some impact on them going forward, doesn't it?
Well, of course, they won't be judged on playing the likes of Manchester United. With staying in the Premier League for next season, they'll be beating the teams kind of more in and around them. But the way they've kind of performed against kind of the top 6, top 7, of course, will give you a lot of heart, will give you a lot of credit for sure. But it's the game before the Sheffield United one, I suppose, where they're favourites kind of going into it. Everyone's expecting them to win that with the form they've been in, and then they obviously get turned over. So, it's that kind of change of mindset, maybe where they need to improve to get results against those teams. But certainly against the teams in the top 6, top 7, they've been superb and probably haven't got the points that their performances have deserved. Today, I think they're outstanding again. They're a great team to watch. The energy levels that they play with, they're now playing with more possession. they're going after teams. They went toe-to-toe against this United team today. They really made this game as well. It was end-to-end stuff for the full 90-plus minutes. They kept United honest, and you never felt that they were out of the game. You just didn't know which way the game was going to go, did you, Alistair?
Steve, next 3 games for Luton as well. Liverpool away in midweek. Manchester City come here in the FA Cup 5th round, and then Aston Villa come here as well. I mean, They're going to be great games.
And by that point, we might know more about what's happening with Everton's points deduction as well. So there's a lot to happen in the coming weeks. Should say as well, Ali, I think there was a time, maybe as recently as 6 weeks ago, that Manchester United team might not have stood up to what Luton were doing to them in the second half at times.
Yeah, no, I'd agree actually, Steve, and that's the other side of the coin we've got to remember. 4 successive Premier League wins. Manchester United obviously featured with us last week on Sunday. We watched them beat West Ham, watched them win at Villa. Different performance again today, came under some pressure. Erik ten Hag having to make the change at half-time, taking Casemiro off because he was worried he was going to get sent off. But a real togetherness and belief about Manchester United, isn't there, Danny?
Yeah, 100%. You look at United this season, and the issues have kind of been controlling games, letting teams back in. Second half, being a bit too open, allowing teams to come back into the game. We didn't see that second half in United. I thought we saw it a bit more first half. They showed their vulnerabilities in the first half, and we're looking at it, seeing Maguire go off, Luke Shaw go off, and you're thinking, well, they'll be licking their lips, Luton second half here, but I thought they actually got better. He tweaked it a little bit with the midfield as well, just changed the shape of the midfield out, Ten Hag, and I thought they controlled Luton a lot better second half. I don't remember Onana having too many saves to make, maybe you could say in the whole game, but particularly second half, so I think that will please Erik ten Hag as well. The way to come here to Kenilworth Road when you're going to be under pressure. I don't know what the stats were, Steve, in terms of crosses into the box, corners from Luton, but it felt like it was a lot. But there was always a white shirt there. There was always a first contact from a United player. So, I think the way they controlled the game defensively, United second half, that will please Erik ten Hag massively, as well as the 3 points.
Great game that. Danny, Ali, thank you very much indeed. Luton 1, Manchester United 2. I've just watched Rob Edwards there walking off the pitch, shrug of the shoulders, sort of blew out his cheeks a little bit and applauded the fans. He's got used to doing that this season. I feel like I've seen him do that many, many times. And thank you to the people who've messaged in as well to tell me it wasn't just Harry Styles at Kenilworth Road this afternoon. Also, the lead singer of Vampire Weekend was there as well in front of him. 08085 909 693. Get your calls in now for 606